Here's the pitch, way outside with the next offering. A curveball to the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. James with 37 doubles, tied for third in the National League, 7th in the majors, 27 homers, 89 runs batted in. McLean delivers another curveball, and that one missed to the outside of the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. We'll see a wide assortment of pitches from McLean, who was a third-round pick out of Oklahoma State back in 2023. Another breaking ball, this time a sweeping slider, just missed the outside of the count. 3 balls and 1 strike on James Wood, who has drawn 82 walks this year. Now McLean rocks, kicks, delivers. And the fastball low to the outside, ball 4 is a leadoff walk to James Wood. And that's how this game gets started here in New York, where the first pitch was thrown with an on-time start of 10 minutes past 4 o'clock. Our official game time temperature, 74 degrees. First pitch time and temperature brought to you by Offenbachers. You can visit them at Annapolis, Rockville, Herndon, and as well Annapolis, Gainesville, all your locations for Offenbachers, with a huge selection of outdoor furniture, fire pits, hot tubs, and swim spas. Now C.J. Abrams standing in. Abrams a 2-run homer, an RBI double last night, 2 out of 4. Hitting at .264. First pitch to him, and that one in for a strike with a sweeping breaking ball. At 85 miles an hour is tracked by our radar gun, powered by JTF Gov. Print with confidence. JTF Gov secures the page. McLean out of the stretch, delivers. Breaking ball, chopped on the ground, foul, rolls behind the Nationals' first base coach. C.J. Abrams now down to the count 0-2 as a roll behind Gerardo Parra. Ricky Gutierrez coaching at third for manager Miguel Cairo. Took that one off Abrams' foot a bit. Yep. He's trying to walk that off, and the home plate umpire, Jeremy Rayhack, giving him a few moments. He says he's okay to go. Lindor is way up the middle of the Mets shortstop, wearing bright green spikes today. Third baseman Beatty is in the shortstop hole. Now the pitch, and Abrams takes right in there. A changeup called strike 3. And you have to think that foul ball off his foot affected and really kind of ended that at bat for him, because he took a pitch right down the middle.
Yeah, he didn't look like he wanted to be in there much longer. He's slowly walking back to that dugout now. But a quick bounce back from McLean.
We were down on the field before the game there. It's close from home plate to the backstop, but between the dugouts here, here's the pitch to Josh Bell. Pitch taken, a called strike. First pitch slider. Actually, first pitch sinker called strike. They put a lot of seats between the dugouts. I mean, they are far from home plate. It's a long walk after you strike out. As we surmised, here's the pitch to Bell. Inside high, almost grazed him. 1 ball and 1 strike. A cutter that time.
McLean's already thrown almost all of his pitches.
Yeah.
Forget about establishing the fastball.
Yeah. That's kind of old schoolish, right?
Yeah.
Nobody does that anymore. Next pitch to the backstop, and Wood will go to second. So a changeup down and in, and Alvarez could not get a glove on it. A wild pitch sends Wood into scoring position. And the count 2-1 to Josh Bell, hitting at .232. 14 doubles, a triple, 20 home runs, 61 knocked in. .324 over his last 11 games with 4 homers and 16 knocked in. A chance to get the Nationals on the board. McLean kicks, delivers. Bell swing and a foul tip into the glove of the catcher Alvarez, and the count is 2-2. Dalen Lyle waiting on deck, the cleanup hitter. Alonso deep at first, straight up for Jeff McNeil at second. Lindor again toward the middle. With the runner at second, Brett Beatty, the third baseman, is more toward the line. Now the set, here's the pitch. Bell swings and loops one toward the left field line. It may fall. It will, a base hit. 1 to third will be held up. He had to wait to see if it would drop. And so Ricky Gutierrez, the third base coach, down the line toward the plate with the hands up to hold him. It's a base hit for Josh Bell, but doesn't deliver the run from second. As Wood goes to third, the ball thrown back in by Brandon Nimmo for the left field line. So runners first and third with 1 out. And now Dalen Lyle, the cleanup man, the designated hitter once again. His average up to .286 in 84 games, 14 doubles. A club record tying 11th triple here last night. Tied for second in the majors in triple. 6 homers, 32 knocked in. First pitch, a late swing and a miss at a sinking fastball, strike 1. All about the timing. He was late on that one. Lyle was hit in 5 of his last 7, 16 of his last 19, 375 clip over the 19 games with 27 hits. McLean delivers, swinging a bouncing ball right side. Fielded by McNeil to second to Lindor. No throw back to first against the speed of Lyle. And crossing the plate is James Wood with the first run of the game. Lyle will pick up his 33rd RBI. On the ground ball, fielder's choice scored 4-6, and it's the Nationals 1 and the Mets nothing. That's cash in on the leadoff walk.
That ball was not hit real hard, so maybe it's a fielder's choice for a lot of people, but Dalen Lyle absolutely flies, and the Nationals figure out a way to get that first run across again today.
Now Robert Hassel III hitting 5th in the order, playing center field, throw to first, and Lyle diving back in just ahead of the tag by Alonso. The motions to McLean, nice going. McLean does not have a pickoff in the major leagues. 3 men have tried to steal on him. They've all been thrown out. In the minor leagues this year, he had 4 pickoffs, 8 total in his minor league career over the past couple of years. So be careful with him if you're at first. Here's the set. And the pitch now, breaking ball to Hassel, and that one's low with a curveball, ball 1. Robert at 237 in 63 big league games, 9 doubles, 3 homers, 18 runs batted in. Appeared as a pinch hitter of the 9th inning last night, and he doubled to right field. Now the pitch on the way. Looks it over. It's off speed and outside with a slider. The count is 2 balls and no strikes. The outfield, Nimmo a bit toward the line and left. Cedric Mullins, the center fielder, a touch to left center. Soto more straight away. The deepest of the 3 and right. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. And a cut fastball, and the count 2 balls and a strike. Again, a 4-seam fastball that has averaged 96 miles an hour. It'll mix in the sinker, the slider, the curveball, the cutter, and a pitch inside, throw on down to first, and back in is Lyle. Pitch way inside a Hassel, and the count is 3 balls and a strike. Alvarez, using the left-hand hitter, somewhat of a screen, try to pick off Dalen Lyle. Third baseman is up even with the bag, but well off the line. And the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. And that pitch had terrific movement running down and in. And Hassel swung at what would have been ball 4. So now the count full, 3-2. Lyle will be off and running. Alonso letting McLean know he will not hold the runner. So Lyle can get a good break on 3-2 with 2 out. McLean to the belt. And steps off. Now Alvarez looked like he wanted to go to the mound. They changed their mind. They used that as a disengagement. And no trip to the mound. So they get together again on the pitch through the pitch count device. Third baseman Beatty is backed way up now. There goes Lyle, and the pitch swung on and missed. Moving by him with a sinking fastball at 97 miles an hour. And that will do it for the Nationals' second strikeout of the inning for the rookie Nolan McLean. But the Nationals take the lead in the game. 1 run on 1 hit with a overall, 34 doubles, 27 homers, 79 runs batted in. Cavalli over the head, the full windup, the kick and the pitch, and Lindor looks it over, and it's a fastball in there, a called strike at 96 miles an hour. Lindor also with 30 steals. He's amongst the league leaders in doubles, stolen bases, 164 hits, tied for sixth most in the National League. Swinging a ground ball, one hop to short. Abrams on the edge of the outfield grass has it. High throw. Bell has to leap up, come down, and makes the play. Lindor's out. He tagged him, trying to find him, after Abrams lobbed the ball and made a bad throw. Good play by Josh Bell to save an error and get the out. He got up and got down and actually tagged the bag. He reached down. Lindor went into a slide, but Bell got his left foot on the bag and then actually first tagged it with his glove.
That's a good play by Bell. Lindor wasn't going real hard. That helped him out.
Here is Juan Soto standing in, pitch in there, a called strike. Well, I think, as soon as Abrams fielded the ball, he's thinking it's a routine out. It's a guy who plays every day.
Yep.
So he knows when to go hard and when not to. Soto has been on fire for the Mets. Here's the pitch and a bunt try off the mound. Cavalli backhands third base side, whips a throw to Bell for the out. Cade Cavalli has shown the great ability to field his position well. And with a third baseman backing off the line, Brady House, Soto tried the surprise for a bunt and is thrown out. A good play by Cavalli. If he got it up the third base line, he would have had a hit.
Kind of doing the Nationals a favor, though, the guy with 42 home runs.
Absolutely. Try and bunt every time up.
Yeah.
Here's Pete Alonso. From the right side of the plate, Cavalli delivers to him a fastball in for a strike. He has been hot as well. 272, also 37 doubles, a triple, 37 homers, fourth in the National League, seventh in the majors. He's second overall in RBIs with 122, and the pitch in for a strike. Cavalli getting ahead. It's 0-2. Trying to make quick work of the Mets here in the bottom of the first inning. Now the timeout used here by Alonso resets back in for the right side. And Cavalli rocks and kicks. Here it comes. Breaking ball again. Line fair inside the first base line. It will go all the way into the right field corner for Dylan Cruz to chase down. And Alonso is coasting into second base with double number 38. Well, he got strike two to take a curveball, did Alonso. And he came right back with the same pitch. And it was right over the middle of the plate. And Alonso lines it the other way, swinging late. And has the two-base hit of the Mets threatened with a runner at second. And two out, and Brandon Nimmo the batter. Nimmo in the cleanup spot. Last night was 2 out of 5 with a pair of singles, including a two-run single in the eighth inning. He's hitting at .262, 27 doubles, 24 homers, and 88 runs batted in for the Mets' everyday left fielder. He's deep in the box. Stance is a hair open. And now Cavalli out of the stretch delivers a fastball too high, ball one. Brady House off the line, step deep of the bag. And now the set. Check of the runner. Cavalli delivers. Breaking ball. That's in there. Called strike with a knuckle curve. Bell deep at first. Nasim Nunez, the second baseman for the Nationals today. It's his 8th start at second. 12 at short. C.J. Abrams is the shortstop, shaded well up the middle. And Brady House dropping back deep, well off the line at third. Cavalli ready. A look at the runner and the pitch. Fastball. Little looper toward foul ground. House on the run. Makes a running catch. And that'll do it for the Mets in the bottom of the first inning. Good play. Good break on that foul bloop. And Brady House able to get the ball hit by Nimmo to end the inning. So Enter for a chance to win at thefandc.com. Nolan McLean back to work for the Mets. Dylan Cruz leading off, and the first pitch is in there, a called strike one. Nationals took advantage of a leadoff walk to James Wood in the first inning. Next one, Cruz looks it over inside and a little bit low, backing away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Cruz, who's hit in 4 straight games. His average at .213. Next offering over the inside corner with a breaking ball, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rare occurrence for 2 errors in 1 game in the outfield for Cruz. I don't know if you'll see that again in his career. McLean rocks and kicks. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball lined. Oh, what a play by Lindor. Had it in his glove and dropped it. On a line drive, and in between hop to his left. He tried to lunge and field it and had it. Popped out of the glove, and then it went behind the second base umpire, Chris Conroy. And Lindor couldn't get around him to get to the ball either way. Cruz was going to be on base. That should be a base hit, and it is for Dylan Cruz. So give him 7 hits in his last 16 times up. He was batting in the heart of the Nationals' order this afternoon. Riley Adams will stand in now. And McLean out of the stretch delivers. Fastball inside and high, ball 1. The heart of the lineup is always presented by the American College of Cardiology, transforming cardiovascular care and improving heart health for all. Visit them at acc.org. Now the set. And the pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike. 1-1 to Adams, trying to bust out of a 1-for-23 skid. His average is fallen to 191 in 78 games. 8 doubles, 8 homers, 24 runs batted in as he makes his 69th start of the year behind the plate. The lead at first for Cruz. He's stolen 16 in 20 tries. And the pitch is a breaking ball, catches the outside corner, called strike 1-2. Third base coach Ricky Gutierrez flashing signs from outside the box. Gerardo Parra talking in the ear of Dylan Cruz, the coach at first. Alonso holding Cruz. Throw over. Look out. He dives back in. Quick move by McLean, and he threw. A lot of teams do this now. Try and catch the runner while he walks off the base to his lead. You get him going in the wrong direction.
The Mets are considering challenging that one, but they are not going to challenge it. That was awfully close back at first.
Tell you what, the Mets work hard at the running game, both stealing bases and containing the opposing team. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive to right. Going to be a base hit for Riley Adams. Cruz around second. Heads for third of the ball. Misplayed by Soto. Rolls all the way to the outfield fence. So Cruz keeps on running. He will score. And Riley Adams all the way to third base. That'll be a single. And a big error on Juan Soto is just his second of the season. As you heard the ooh and ah, the guaf of the crowd. And so we've seen it again for the second night in a row. With a base hit, runner scores all the way from first. Adams ends up at third base.
What's going on with the outfield defense the first 2 games of this series?
For both teams. Here now is Brady House standing in with a runner at third. The Nationals leading 2-0 now. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside, ball 1. Cruz scoring all the way from first. What amounts to, for him, a 3-base error. Swinging a chopping ground ball with the infield in. Runner holds. Alonso flipping to the pitcher McLean, and it's just in time at first. There was a high lob toss, and McLean had to leap for it and then try and find the bag. Brady House contends he beat the play, held his arms out, signaling himself safe. The Nationals are looking and talking to the replay room to see if they're going to challenge, and they will challenge this. Miguel Cairo with the hands over the ears as if he was wearing headphones. And the replay challenge presented by Dex Imaging, office imaging solutions that help businesses do better. So it looked like McLean's foot in the air didn't ever
Washington
catch the base.
The out call at first base.
What do you think, Josh? I don't think he ever touched first base.
He had to jump up high to catch the feed, and when he landed, I don't think he touched it unless his right foot, he kind of kicked at the bag. He might have clipped it with his right heel, maybe.
I think he went right over the base.
And even then, when he lunged
he missed it. He missed it.
Yeah, House might have been safe even if he did touch the bag with his right foot.
How about this? If his foot touched House's foot, Is that considered a tag? He missed the base.
It looked like he missed it.
They have a center field shot, which is the best angle of them all. He really didn't come close to touching the base.
And they're putting it on that gigantic video board here at Citi Field, so the Mets faithful even were kind of groaning when they showed it.
Yeah, the Mets fans have grown twice in this inning. First on the Soto error, and then on that, seeing the replay. So we're surprised this is taking very long at all. I can tell you that right now, here comes the announcement from crew chief Chris Conroy. He's turning his microphone on. Looked like.
It sure looked like he did miss the bag with his right foot.
Unless the bottom
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. Washington will keep his challenge.
So there you go. Now, how does the official scorer rule on that? Because that was no easy play to make with the lob toss.
Well, maybe it should be an error on Alonso.
Is he out with a good toss? They've scored it ahead.
Base hit.
Well, that's maybe his easiest, probably the best scoring from the official scorer standpoint. So here's Nasim Nunez. Nunez with runners first and third shows bunt, pulls the bat back, takes the pitch in for a strike. And both Alonso, the first baseman, and the third baseman, Brett Beatty, charging. Nunez, an excellent bunter. 32 games, 12 hits in the big leagues, 197 average, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 10 runs batted in. And the pitch, he takes that one, and the sinker is low. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's been sporadic playing time for Nunez since being recalled September the 1st. He said that's the hardest part because he became so accustomed to playing just about every day at Rochester. Hard to keep your rhythm. Here's the pitch, swing and a foul back into the screen. Pinch hit last night of the 9th inning, final batter of the game. Struck out against right-hander Chris Davinsky. Straightaway stand, shin guard on that front right foot. Holds the bat shoulder height. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss and a diving changeup just below the zone for strike 3. So the third strikeout for McLean, and he gets a big first out of the inning, although the way he's pitched, he probably should have had 2 outs. They didn't make that play on Brady House. Top of the order in James Wood. He drew a walk leading off this game and scored the Nationals' first run. Got into scoring position with a wild pitch to third on a base hit to left and scored on an infield out. And Wood looks over a breaking ball, sweeping in for a strike, 0-1. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Nationals. And a chance to get more if Wood can come through here with 2 out. Adams at third, House at first. And now McLean to the belt. The right-hander delivers, and his pitch is too high with a fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike. In his 6 prior starts, 37 2/3 innings, allowed only 25 hits, striking out 40, and walking 12, allowing just 1 home run. That was to a right-handed hitter. The pitch, swing and a miss by Wood, and a diving curveball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. McLean began the year in Double-A ball for the Mets this year. Now the next pitch, Wood looks at that one, and it's a curveball, and it's low, scooped, actually off the glove of Alvarez. The appeal to the check swing, no swing by Wood, says third base umpire. And Alexandria, Virginia native Brennan Miller. It's 2-2 on James Wood. Shadows across the infield with a 4:05, 4:10 start. The pitch, swing and a miss at the curveball, and that's been his out pitch, strike 3. That thing is just disappearing. What a drop on the curveball. And he has his 4th strikeout, 2 in a row, and 2 out here in the top of inning number 2. Leaves it up to C.J. Abrams, who was called out on strikes in the first inning. So now we're getting a scoring change, taking away the hit from Brady House. Howie Carpin, the official score, has changed it to an error on Pete Alonso on the lob toss. I think he signaled base hit initially so that he could have time to look it over. You got to score at something initially. Fastball outside to Abrams. And upon further review, official scorer changed it to an error, which was the opposite of what happened in the game here last night. The ball that was in and out of the glove of center fielder Jose Siri changed from an error to a hit. Abrams takes called strike with a sinking fastball over the outside part of the plate. About belt high in the count, 1-1. Abrams out on 3 pitches, fouled the ball off his foot on the second pitch, and then took a changeup down the middle for strike 3. McLean sets, and the pitch. That's in at the knees, called strike with a changeup. And Abrams now down to the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Big crowd here at Citi Field, looks to be close to a sellout. Capacity here is close to 42,000. And the pitch, swing and a pop-up foul left side out of play. Mets will go over the 3.1 million mark in home attendance today. 4th in the National League, 5th in the majors, averaging 39,211 per game this year. A ball and 2 strikes on Abrams. Again, runners lead, 1st and 3rd, 2 out. McLean delivers, and the fastball's low and inside, 2-2. New baseball put into play. A lot of room on the left side of the infield with Lindor up the middle and Beatty more toward the line. Adams off third. House off first. McLean kicks and fires. Fastball outside of the backstop and deflects away from Alvarez. Now here comes Adams to the plate. The throw back to Alvarez. Not in time. And on a wild pitch, the Nats get another run. It's now Washington 3 and New York nothing. Second wild pitch in 2 innings for McLean. But it wasn't a given because the ball came back off the brick wall behind the plate so quickly. And we mentioned earlier, not a lot of room behind the plate. It came back past home plate, past the catcher. Adams didn't break initially until it went past Alvarez, picked up by Alonso, and then threw high and late. And so House to second as well on the wild pitch. And now it's 3-2 to Abrams. McLean delivers, swinging a ground ball right side, fielded cleanly by McNeil. He plants and throws to Alonso, and that will end the inning. But the Nationals cash into the inning with 2 runs on 2 hits, a big error, another wild pitch. They leave a man aboard. Middle of the second inning. It's the Nationals 3, the Mets. And the Mets make 2 errors in the inning. So a 3-0 lead for Cade Cavalli facing Starling Marte leading off for the Mets. And the first pitch is right in there, a fastball, a called strike at 97 miles an hour. Marte, a 7-game hitting streak, 9 for 25, a 360 clip. His average of 277 for the year. Now the pitch. He shows bunt, a breaking ball well outside. Third baseman deep. Marte not likely to bunt, doesn't run like he used to. 13 doubles, 9 homers, 34 runs batted in. He had 2 hits last night, scored a run, drove in a run in 5 trips to the plate. Now the wind of the pitch. He does bunt, trying to bunt for a hit, and bunts it foul behind the plate. So in 2 innings, the Mets, with McLean issuing a pair of wild pitches, both factor in the scoring. The first one got Wood into scoring position, and the second one, in the top of this inning, delivered the run with Riley Adams scoring. And the Mets had an error by Soto, an error on Alonso in the inning.
He had not thrown a wild pitch in his first 6 big league starts.
Now he's over the head as Cavalli into the wind of the pitch. That one just missed outside. His time in the minor leagues this year, he had 4 wild pitches. Mets did not help themselves at all in the field. The wind by Cavalli, the pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. And down goes Starling Marte. The first strikeout of the day for Cade Cavalli. And the strikeout brought to you by Peraton, protecting our homeland by advancing the most important missions. For 1 out, nobody on in the home half of the second. Jeff McNeil will be the batter. McNeil at 253, 19 doubles, 5 triples, 12 homers, 53 runs batted in. Last night did not start, delivered a pinch-hit single in the 7th inning. And the first pitch to him is low ball 1 from Cavalli. Quite a start to the game for the Nationals. Now the pitch swung on and line foul into the netting. Down the right field line, it's 1 ball and 1 strike. A couple of final scores in, and these are of note. Atlanta, a winner again at Detroit, 6-5. Came from behind to win the pitch. And inside off the glove of Riley Adams to the backstop. The fastball, it's 2-1. Atlanta with a run in the 8th. And then 2 more in the top of the 9th inning. After Kyle Finnegan earned a hold, Will Vest, his 7th blown save in the loss. Braves win it 6-5. Pitch on the way is swung on and missed. And it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the Tigers, they went into the day with that shrinking lead in the American League Central. Now the pitch. And McNeil, a check swing. Did he go? They'll ask the umpire at third. And Brennan Miller says no swing. Full count, 3-2. Well, their lead was down to 2.5 games. And Cleveland playing a doubleheader. The Guardians win again. They shut out Minnesota 6-0. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cavalli into the wind of the pitch. Fastball low, ball 4. So Jeff McNeil has drawn a walk. Francisco Alvarez will come up. Slade Ciccone pitched 7 innings of 2-hit shutout ball for the Guardians. They beat Joe Ryan. Jose Ramirez hit his 30th home run. Bo Naylor hit 2 home runs. And Cleveland is now a 1.5 games back in the American League Central. And they have another game to play in that doubleheader with the Twins.
Yeah, if they sweep that Twin ball, they're only a game.
And 8 in a row, 13 of their last 14. Now the pitch on the way. Breaking ball bends in, called strike to the Mets catcher, Francisco Alvarez. 0-1 is the count. Alvarez, 2 for his last 8. He's hitting .254 for the year. Next pitch swung on, ground ball left side and through. It's into left field. It's a base hit. James Wood up with it. He'll play it in toward third. And the Mets have runners on first and second. .47 batted in. Now Cavalli sets. House wide of the line, even with a bag at third. Now the pitch on the way. Fastball low inside, ball one. Beatty last night started the game at second, finished the game at third. He was 0 for 3 and hit by a pitch. Now he's 0 for his last 7. Hitting at .255, 13 doubles, 2 triples, 17 homers, 47 batted in. Cavalli ready, and he whirls, no play on, a bluff. The runner back to second, a reaction to the crowd. Everyone yells balk when that happens. And you absolutely can fake a play to second or third. Cavalli sets, kicks, delivers, the pitch. Low outside, it's now 2-0 on Brett Beatty. Outfield a touch the other way toward left. Runners lead. McNeil off second. Alvarez off first. 3-0 Nationals. Bottom of the second. Cavalli's pitch. Swing a ground ball right side. Fielded by Nunez. The flip to Abrams. The return to Bell at first. It's a 4-6-3 double play. And the Nats are out of the inning. Cade Cavalli induces his 5th double play. Gives a high five to Josh Bell. He was over there in case he needed to be in on the play. No runs, 1 hit, a walk, 1 man left for the Mets after 2 innings in New York.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or
Tell you all about it with the play-by-play right here in the Nissan broadcast booth. Here's Josh Wetzel.
Thanks, Charlie. Josh Bell looped a single to left, going after a changeup away from him in the first. McLean pitch to Bell, batting left-handed, taken for a strike over the outside corner. That's the 8th first pitch strike that McLean has thrown today. The 0-1, swing and a miss, and a changeup, 0-2. So a run in the first for the Nationals, 2 unearned runs in the second. Mets committed 2 errors in the second inning. McLean has hurt himself with a couple of wild pitches. Now the right-hander turns and fires. Bell lofts one foul way off to the left. That will land in the upper deck. Still 0-2 on Bell. Infield now playing him quite a bit to pull, especially on the left side. Lindor far up the middle at short. Here it is, and just inside with a fastball. 1-2.
So far, the name of this game so far is defense. The Nats have been the better team in the field. That's with 2 costly errors, 2 wild pitches. Nats turned a nifty double play to end that second.
Well, they sure did. Here it comes. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. That curveball strikes out Bell for the first out of the inning. And I did not think they were going to get a double play out of that.
Well, the key is as Nunez comes up and fields the ball, he has that quick ability to just turn his hips to the right and feed Abrams right in the chest, coming through the bag perfectly, and had the momentum into his throw to first.
Up comes Dalen Lyle next, left-hand hitter. McLean's pitch zooms right through there for a called strike 1.
So the quickness of Abrams, Nunez being able to field the ball and get it to Abrams is what made that double play.
0-1. Foul tipped off the catcher's mitt, 0-2. And it's not like Beatty doesn't run okay. I mean, Beatty gets down the line in at least all right shape, but Abrams relay back to first, retired him on a bang-bang play. Nats up 3-0 in the third, and the 0-2 pitch swung on, sliced to left field. Nemo's breaking back. Now he squares up and makes the catch while backpedaling in front of the warning track for the second out of the inning. Now Robert Hassel coming up. We're in the top of the third inning, which is fueled by Club Citgo. Download the Club Citgo app now and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. With the bases empty, Hassel steps in from the left side. Struck out on a 3-2 pitch to end the first. Beatty in at third some should Hassel bunt. McLean, after a long look in, now kicks and fires. Starts him with a breaking ball that stays up and away. 1-0. McLean with a very compact delivery. It's on the way home, and a backdoor breaking ball stays outside. I don't know that McLean has had quite the command on his breaking ball today that he maybe has had in most of his previous starts in the big leagues. He works quickly, throws the pitch, and it's tapped past the mound to second. Charging play, McNeil. He throws to first in time. Hassel is out, and the Nationals go 1-2-3 in the top of the third. Washington 3, Mets 0, heading to the bottom of the third in New York. Three to nothing. Hitters 9-1-2 for the Mets here in the bottom of the third, with the former Oriole Cedric Mullins starting the inning off the plate against Cade Cavalli. Mullins batting left-handed. He's been struggling since joining the Mets. Plate umpire Jeremy Rayhock is walking out in front of the mound. And he has called an automatic ball on Cade Cavalli, it looks like. And now he's going to explain why he is doing so to Miguel Cairo, the Nationals manager. I don't think this was as cut and dried as just the pitch clock running out on Cavalli.
I think it was for going to his mouth on the rubber. I mean, that's the only other thing I can think of. You have to step back off the rubber if you're going to go to your mouth while on the mound. And I think that's what they got him for.
Well, ball one count on Mullins without Cavalli throwing him a pitch. House creeps in at third. Should Mullins bunt? The big right-hander's delivery is a fastball that zips over the inside corner for a called strike.
Because if it was a pitch clock violation, the umpire turns around and points to his wrist like a wristwatch and points to whoever it's on.
And he walked out in front of the plate and he was talking to Cavalli first. The 1-1 is bounced harmlessly foul to the first base dugout. The ball and 2 strikes.
Maybe let him get away with it once before.
Yeah, a lot of times there's a warning first.
Right. Maybe he's had that.
It's on the way. Fastball just outside. 97 miles an hour there on the JTF Gov radar gun. Francisco Lindor on deck. 3-0 Nationals. It's on the way from Cavalli, and a breaking ball bounces near the feet of Mullins, filling up the count 3-2.
A lot of times when the weather is cool, they'll waive that rule, allow you to blow on your hand while you're on the rubber, just for the fact of not slowing down the game. Pitchers would step off and let you do it while on the rubber, but not in these conditions.
Now Cavalli's payoff pitch. Fastball bounced to second base. Backhanded by Nunez, in and out of his glove, but he recovers and throws the first in time for the out. Nasim had that squirt in and out of his glove, but it stayed right there, and he snatched the ball up and still had enough arm to throw out the speedy Mullins.
Yeah, he made the choice to wait for it on the backhand in between hop and closed his glove early before he stayed on. And then the other part of it is not many have his arm. That makes the difference right there to throw out the runner with a dart to Josh Bell.
Now that keeps Mullins off base. 1 out, base is empty for Lindor. Here's the pitch. Curveball low, 1-0. Switch hitting Lindor batting left-handed. He grounded out to the shortstop Abrams in the first. Abrams playing him toward the middle now. Cavalli's 1-0. Curveball hangs up and outside. 2-0. We had a couple of pitch clock violations last night. One on a pitcher, one on a hitter. And these umpires really locking in on the pitch clock. It seems like first 2 games of this 3-game series. Now the kick of the pitch. Swinging a foul ball back off the catcher's mitt of Riley Adams. 2-1. Oh, yes, station ID. We'll get to that in just a moment. Nationals 3, Mets nothing. Nationals trying to snap a 5-game losing skid. Trying to pick up their first win here at Citi Field since 2023. Lindor back in there, taps the home plate area with his bat a couple of times. Now he's ready. Cavalli fires, and it's jerked in the ground wide at first. A diving, stumbling play by Bell. He throws it past Cavalli covering, and the ball rolls over toward the first base dugout. Lindor will end up at second base. Bell made a nice stop, and then from his knees, he led Cavalli too much. Threw it away.
Yeah, he threw it right over the bag, and Cavalli just couldn't reach it. Cavalli was slowing up, waiting for the toss. Had he kept running full speed, he would have been able to get to that ball. He was slowed up. Bell's throw leads him too far, right over the bag and just beyond the glove of Cavalli.
There's certainly an error on the play on Bell. It will be a single and an error.
Second error of the year for Bell.
Lindor at second, 1 out. Juan Soto batting a fastball. Busts him up and in. 1-0. Soto, his first time up, tried to bunt his way on, and Cavalli made the play, throwing him out at first base. Abrams shadows in behind it. Lindor at second. Cavalli sets to the belt, throws the pitch. Fastball zooms right through there for a called strike. 1-1. Big moment now early in this game with the Nationals ahead 3-0, but Cavalli now dealing with some heavy hitters here at the top part of the Mets lineup. Alonso's on deck. Soto waiting. Now Cavalli kicks, turns towards second, but no throw. And again, the fans aren't thrilled with Cavalli's turn towards second. 1-1. Still the count on Soto, spread out from the left side of the plate. Lindor dancing around at second. The pitch tails outside. 2-1. Last night, Soto belting a long 3-run homer straightaway center field in the 6-run fourth inning that propelled the Mets into the lead for the first time last night, or at least to finish off their lead. Breaking ball, darts inside, and it clipped off the handle of the bat. No, he made contact with a mitt of Adams. It's a catcher's interference call on Riley Adams. Another error on the Nationals this inning. Soto checked his swing but hit the mitt. And now let's pause 10 seconds for a station ID break here on the Nationals Radio Network.
WJFK FM and HD1 Manassas and
They're here in the Nissan broadcast booth. 2 men are on base, only one out. Pete Alonso, the tying run at the plate for the Mets. And the Cavalli pitch is a breaking ball too high, 1-0. Soto had the count in his favor, 2-1, and he checked his swing and made contact with a mitt of Riley Adams for a catcher's interference call. Alonso doubled down the right field line in the first. Cavalli kicks and fires, swing and a miss. Blew the fastball by him at 98 miles an hour, right into the hands.
That's the place you got to get to with Pete Alonso and not let him get those big arms extended. Stay away from his barrel.
Lindor at second, Soto at first, only one out. And now a pickoff to second. And Lindor dives back to the bag. Nunez, the second baseman, was covering on that pickoff, but he wasn't right at the bag. He actually jumped up to catch the throw about 5 feet behind second base.
I don't know if that was really a pickoff play, because he didn't get to the bag.
Cavalli off the third base into the rubber. Kicks and throws the 1-1. Swinging a blooper out to shallow right center. Nunez races out, and he makes the great over-the-shoulder catch, sliding, throwing from his backside past first, trying to double off Soto. Lindor has to go back to second base, and runners remain at first and second on another wild one. Nunez made a tremendous over-the-shoulder play in shallow right. The second baseman then sliding along the ground, tried to double off Soto at first, and an accurate throw would have had him.
Tell you what, an accurate throw there, but I think he had a better chance if he'd realized where Lindor was. If he'd thrown the ball to second, Lindor was at third base. When the ball got away, Lindor still hadn't gone back to second base. What a play by Nunez. He's been a factor in 2 plays in this game, the double play in the last inning, and really saves a run right there.
Off the bat, it did not look like he had any chance to get to that. That'll bring up Brandon Nimmo. Cavalli kicks, turns towards second for the third time this afternoon.
They say you can't outrun a ball. I would say he just did, because that looked like it was over his head and into right field, because it was.
He is very, very good at going out on pop-ups, no question about it. Now the pitch to Nimmo. Left-hand hitter rips and misses at a high fastball, 0-1.
I mean, he's an exciting player. Just is. With a glove in his hand, he's a magician.
Nationals still leading 3-0. Bottom of the third inning. The 0-1. Nimmo slices a liner down the left field line, but it curves foul into the seats. And now Cavalli has the edge, 0-2. Now the way Nunez caught that when he slid, I'm surprised he didn't throw to second, because he first was kind of facing second base. He just must not have noticed where Lindor was.
Yeah, he rolled over. It seemed to be looking that way. Lindor would be dead to rights. And it would have been an easier throw for him.
Nimmo fouled out to House at third in the first inning. Cavalli kicks and fires. The pitch punch foul back into the left. And it's still 0-2. With one out this inning, Lindor reached on the single and throwing error from first baseman Josh Bell. Soto then got aboard on the catcher's interference call before the Alonso pop-up that Nunez somehow tracked down. Another 0-2. Breaking ball, grounded softly toward the middle. Backhanded by Nunez. He sprints to second base, forcing out Soto and ending the inning. So no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, and 2 men left on base. We finished up 3 innings today.
Let's see if we can figure out the
over the Mets. The 4th inning of Nationals baseball is driven by your Washington area Honda dealers. Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. Visit your local Washington area Honda dealer today. First pitch of this inning from Nolan McLean is a fastball that sinks low. 1-0 on Cruz. Cruz scored the first of 2 runs for the Nats in the second, reaching on an infield single. Here it comes, swing and a miss at a hard sinker. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cruz infield hit in the second came at a low liner. He lashed toward shortstop. Lindor flagged it down on a bounce. The delivery, swing and a miss. Another sinker, 1-2. But as Lindor tried to exchange the baseball to his throwing hand, he dropped the ball. Thus an infield single for Cruz in the second. Riley Adams is coming up after Cruz. McLean delivers. A breaking ball sweeps outside. 2-2 the count. All the field right now covered in shadows as McLean whips in the pitch. Fastball grounded the other way towards second. McLean has to range it to his left. McNeil, that is, throws to first for the out. And now McLean, since the error on Alonso in the second, has set down 7 straight. He might be starting to settle in a little bit. Riley Adams coming up.
A break for the hitters with the sun going in behind a rare cloud.
Right at the start of the game, some tricky shadows out there. The delivery, fastball rides in high, 1-0. Adams singled into right field in the second on that base hit that Juan Soto misplayed. The pitch down the middle, 1 ball and 1 strike. Cruz would scramble home all the way from first when Soto overran the Adams single. Those 2 runs the Nationals scored in the second, both unearned. This has been a kind of wacky game defensively. 1-1 pitch. Bounced toward first base. Handled to his left by Alonso. His shot puts the ball to McLean covering, and it's a 3-1 putout. Alonso was extra careful on that, so was McLean. They knew they had extra time with Adams running. And now McLean has a shot at his second straight 1-2-3 inning. Now he faces Brady House. Nats up 3-0 as McLean delivers. House takes a sweeping slider, the one outside. McLean right back to work, delivers. Fastball right in there. 1 ball and 1 strike. With the bases empty, McLean is getting it and going. Very little time between pitches. The 1-1. House takes a fastball outside. 2 balls and a strike. House reached on an error from Alonso in the second inning. It's on the way to him. Right-hand batter swings, slaps one into right field, and that will drop in front of Soto for a base hit. A 2-out single from House ends the streak of 8 in a row retired by McLean, and that will bring Nasim Nunez up there with House aboard. Riley Green is coming to Nats Park on Friday, September 26th. Watch his live performance after the Nats face the White Sox at 6:45. Lock in your seats now at nats.com/summer concerts. Switch hitting Nunez, batting left-handed against McLean, who's waiting a bit as Francisco Alvarez, the catcher, readjusts some of his catching equipment. Beatty in tight at third. Should Nunez bunt in the pitch? Very high for a ball, 1-0. Ricky Gutierrez gives the signs from third base as now House tiptoes away from Alonso at first. They kick the righty's pitch over the outside corner. 1-1 on Nunez. It was a generous call from Jeremy Rahak, the plate umpire, and a sinker up and away. The 1-1. Breaking ball dives down and in. 2 balls and 1 strike on Nunez. Was born in the Bronx, although he grew up in the Atlanta area. House stand put in the 2-1 pitch. Paints over the outside corner. Well-placed fastball that time from McLean. 2-2. McLean tucks the ball into the glove, tight to the chest, and now time called by Nunez at the plate. McLean, like Cavalli, working up the third base side of the rubber. Spins, throws to first. House falls back to the bag safely. The 2-2 count. Beatty back and off the line some at third. The outfield not too deep for Nunez and shading him the opposite way toward left. 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball tapped back to the mound. McLean has it. He sidearms to first and plenty of time for the out. And that ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. Middle of the 4th inning, still the Nationals 3 and the Mets nothing. On the
great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right, down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
It's a great night for baseball.
This matchup features some of the best talent in the game. A lot of power, a lot of marquee names.
Here we go. Buckle up, folks. There's a guy who wants to be in the spotlight. The bats have come alive. A showstopper. We're just playing Powerball. This place doesn't know what hit him. These teams are entertaining, are they not?
The show continues. Experience game-to-game coverage of the night's biggest moments, live and commercial-free. MLB Network Strike Zone, Wednesday and Friday nights all season.
To deal with some traffic on base from time to time through the first 3 innings, but he has not allowed a run. And the Nationals lead the Mets 3-0 as Starling Marte leads off the bottom of the 4th against Cavalli. Just 1 strikeout for Cavalli so far today, and that was against Marte leading off the 2nd. Right-handed batter crowds the inside corner a bit. And now Cavalli takes the hands over the head to start the windup. The pitch, swing and a miss to the first pitch curveball. 0-1. Marte tried to bunt once or twice in the 2nd, and accordingly House is now about even with the bag at 3rd. The 0-1, breaking ball low and outside. 1-1 the count. Got Cavalli on the mound for the Nats. Nolan McLean on the mound for the Mets, and so it's like a Major League Baseball version of the Bedlam series, Oklahoma against Oklahoma State. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, caught the inside corner. And Cavalli's got the edge on Marte now, 1-2.
Bedlam, huh?
Oklahoma against Oklahoma State. And another OU pitcher on the mound for the Nats tomorrow, Jake Irvin. Here it comes. Marte tips one foul back off Riley Adams. And it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes.
We touched briefly on it yesterday. Mitchell Parker being passed over in the rotation now and going to the bullpen for the final week of the season. So that's with the day off they had Thursday and then another day off next Thursday, or this coming Thursday.
The 1-2 fastball over the outside corner, called strike 3. 98 miles an hour, no argument from Starling Marte. Well, Marte now has struck out twice. Base is empty for Jeff McNeil. Well, Parker's never really pitched out of the bullpen. It's going to be interesting to see when he gets that first chance to do it.
Probably a situation where he has plenty of time to get ready.
Pitch to McNeil. Off speed, down low, 1-0.
So it means that Andrew Alvarez, who started here last night, will get another chance to start the final week.
McNeil, who's been walking more this season, has drawn the lone walk from Cavalli so far today. 1-0 pitch. Left-hand batter stares at a fastball for a called strike. 1-1. Run in the first, 2 runs in the second for the Nationals. They're up 3-0. And the delivery. Change up low. McNeil checked his swing, but not in time. They appealed to third base. Brennan Miller said it's strike. 1-2. Infield really playing McNeil to pull. The third baseman House way over towards shortstop. Here it comes. Breaking ball bounced off the glove of Cavalli. The ricochet is played by Nunez. Second baseman throws to first for the 1-4-3 out at first base.
And Nunez breaking up the middle to try and field the ball before Cavalli deflected, able to stop on a dime, reverse, and field it. And again, he has the best arm on the field. So that's always a plus for him to get that throw to first.
Now Cavalli has a chance at his first 1-2-3 inning. Francisco Alvarez is coming up.
Nassim told me he pitched in high school. He threw mid-90s.
I believe it. Cavalli rocks and fires. Alvarez takes a fastball high and outside. We talked Nats on deck with the converted position player Sauron Lau. I guess if middle infield doesn't work out, maybe Nassim could give pitching a try. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Good curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike. I've just always been amazed at Nunez's arm. Where does that arm strength come from? He's not a big guy whatsoever. Cavalli rifles it home, and a fastball outside of the knees makes it 2 balls and 1 strike on Alvarez.
We've seen pitchers over the years, though, who were not very big guys that had big velocity. It's just the way they throw.
2-1 pitch. Grounded slowly to shortstop. Abrams scoops the ball up, throws to first in time for the out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Cavalli for the first time today. 4 in the books from New York. Nationals leading the Mets 3-0 on the Nationals radio network.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
I really don't know what to say. I'm just so happy I gave something these people cheer. We all did. I mean, it was a great game. Both teams played incredible. It was a great game.
That's Mike Piazza after he hit an 8th inning go-ahead home run in the first New York Mets home game after 9/11. Hear moments like this and more on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Let's see if we can figure out the following baseball slang term. Today's phrase is Oppo Taco. Do you know what it means? Oppo Taco, a home run hit to the opposite field.
Austin Hayes with an Oppo Taco. His 13th, and it's a 1-run game.
Expand your vocabulary by listening to every game on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy. It's a home run, and the Cardinals have won the game by the score of 3-2 on a home run by the Wizard. Go crazy.
Catch the next unforgettable call on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Leidos, making smart smarter.
Close out the season with Pups in the Park on September 28th. Your special ticket gets you a pup bandana and a game with your best friend. Get tickets now at nats.com/pups. 3-0. The Nationals are leading the Mets through 4 innings. The Nationals are bringing up the top of the lineup here in the top of the 5th inning, and back into the play-by-play here in the Nissan broadcast booth, Charlie Slows.
All right, thank you, Josh. Keep an eye on bullpens at this point. 75 pitches for McLean, and Cavalli has only been pitching 5 innings, so we'd expect they'll get somebody up soon. Meanwhile, before the inning starts, Brandon Newmont will go over to the stands. Fan had dropped something over the railing out of the field and foul ground along the foul line. That's taken care of. And McLean into the windup. The pitch to James Wood is line foul down that way. Third base side off the screen, and the tarp roller, strike 1. Wood has walked. He has struck out. Nationals with 4 hits. The Mets with 3. Next offering, off speed is low in the dirt. And a new ball put into play and thrown out by Francisco Alvarez. Next offering to Wood, taken. That's a called strike, and McLean getting ahead of Wood. 1-2. This is the 83rd walk leading off the game. Wood back in the top 10, swinging a foul back and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right now he is outside the top 10 in home runs and RBIs, where he's been most of the year. Next pitch inside, goes to the backstop. Alvarez asked for an appeal as he ran after the ball in case it was ruled a swing. He would have had to throw to first, but on the appeal, Brendan Miller, the third base umpire, said no swing. So it's 2-2. Yell appeal while you're running away. McLean into his wide. Here it comes. Breaking ball outside. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wood still has been amongst league leaders in extra base hits with 62, tied for 8th. And now the pitch. Way outside and high, ball 4. Another walk to Wood. That'll be number 84 on the year. The league leader is presented throughout our broadcast by PVI Office Furniture. Swing for the fences with PVI Office Furniture. They'll come to you to design your dream workspace Save you 15% on your purchase. PVI, your office, your league leader. Here's C.J. Abrams standing in. He struck out looking. He's bounced to second. McLean delivers. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball, and the bat goes flying out of Abrams' hands all the way over to the stands toward the Mets dugout. Well, the Mets bat boy retrieves. No balls and 1 strike to count.
Good anticipation for the bat boy there on the Nats side. He was already running over to CJ with some aerosol spray to apply some more sticking to that bat handle.
Nolan McLean from Willow Spring, North Carolina, now delivers a breaking ball, and Abrams takes. That's a called strike, and now he's down 0-2. Outfield, a touch toward right. That's with action, and a left-hander up in the bullpen.
They just joined the team today. Richard Lovelady is now playing some catch.
Here's the set. Now the pitch. Swing and a foul by Abrams off to the left and out of play. He was selected to the Mets roster today. He'd been up earlier in the year, appeared in 6 games, then was designated for assignment, accepted the outright to go pitch at AAA Syracuse. Pitched in 2 games for Toronto earlier this year. Runner goes, swing, and a foul off to the left by Abrams out of play. So Wood will have to come back, James, with 15 steals. He has been thrown out 7 times. And again, the Mets, they have allowed only 69 stolen bases, which is the lowest total in the National League, second lowest in the majors, while they've stolen 138. Now the pitch on the way. Swing and a ground ball right side in between. Hop Alonso has it. He steps on first, but Wood stopped. Now the throw to second hits Wood in the back. So he'll be safe. I'm not sure why Wood stopped, because that gave the Mets a chance to get him in a rundown if the throw was good, but fortunately it hit him in the back. And so they get the out at first, 3 unassisted for the first out of the inning, and Wood gets to second base.
Now, Wood, I guess, thought that Alonso was going to record the out so quickly at first that his best chance would be to stand a rundown. It ended up his best chance was getting in the way of the throw.
Yeah. So here's Josh Bell with a man in scoring position. Now the pitch to Bell, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Uppercutting swing at a diving off-speed pitch, a changeup. Single to left in the first, struck out swinging in the third. He had a bloop down the left field line for his hit in the first. Landed just fair. McLean delivers, and Bell takes, runs inside with a cut fastball, and the count's 1 ball, 1 strike. Three runs, 4 hits for the Nationals. No runs, 3 hits for the Mets. Each team with 2 errors. The pitch, swing and a miss. Count 1-2. It's had an error on the catcher's interference play and an error on a throw by Bell trying to hit the pitcher Cavalli covering on the move. The Mets had a 2-error inning in the second when the Nats scored 2 runs. Now the set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Blows it by him. A 96-mile-an-hour fastball belt high. That was nothing but power against power. And strikeout number 6 for Nolan McLean. Brings up Dalen Lyle, the designated hitter. Lyle picked up an RBI when he grounded to the right side of the first inning. The Mets tried to turn 2. He beat the relay as Wood scored to give the Nationals a 1-0 lead at that time. Adding 2 more in the second. 3-0. The score with 2 out. Wood at second. The pitch swung on. Line drive. Left center field. Mullins coming on. Still coming. Makes a running catch in shallow left center field for the out that ends the inning. That one hung up in the air too long, and Mullins runs well, able to get to it in left center field. Beatty grounded into a 4-6-3 double play started by second baseman Nasim Nunez, ending the second inning. His only time up in this one. Right-hander rocks, kicks, Cavalli deals. Breaking ball could not hold, a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Looks like the Nationals are going to start getting somebody ready in their bullpen. No, that's Jose Ferrer visiting with Ricky Bonas. Nobody to a mound yet. But Ricky's up near the bullpen mound, so that's an indication. Swinging a line drive into left center. Base hit. Wood over to cut it off. Does. Nimmo will make the turn. Beatty will make the turn and hold with a leadoff single here at the bottom of the fifth inning. So Brett Beatty hits it hard, and the Mets have their fourth hit and a leadoff base runner. And now Cedric Mullins out of the number 9 spot. He grounded to the second baseman Nunez, his only time up. This portion of Nationals baseball being brought to you by Portner & Shore, attorneys at law. Expect more at Portner & Shore. Call 855-PORTNER or visit PortnerandShore.com. Brady House hit out of the grass at third. Mullins good speed. He's a threat to bunt. And the pitch, swinging a grounder foul. Pulled outside of first, no play. No balls and 1 strike to count. Now the set by Cavalli. Kicks, delivers. Breaking ball, a good one, swung on and missed. That one diving down below the zone. Francisco Lindor, the top of the order. Behind Mullins. Steps out using his timeout for a moment. Looks like the Mets are getting their bullpen busy as well. With the right-hander getting up. Here's the set by Cavalli. Beatty leading off first. Now the pitch to the plate. Swinging a grounder. Foul outside of first. Bell sprawling from his spot holding the runner. And fortunately hit sharply but foul outside of the first base bag. Looks like Huáscar Brazoban, who pitched in last night's game, gave up a couple of runs. Warming in the Mets pen, gave up the 2-run homer to Abrams. Cavalli sets. Kicks, delivers. And missing outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And in the Nationals bullpen, left-hander Connor Pilkington is warming now. So the wheels are turning here at Citi Field. Cavalli coming set. The kick, here it comes. Swing and a miss and a changeup. That was a beauty, and down goes Mullins on strikes. And Cavalli has a big out with his 3rd strikeout. Now the top of the order, and Francisco Lindor. He's grounded to short, and then he reached on that ground ball wide of first when Bell tried to lead Cavalli. Led him too far with a throw, and it went past first base. Lindor credited with a hit, took second on the error. So he's 1 for 2. House to the edge of the grass, right of the cutout, and a throw to first. Diving back in is Beatty. Beatty has stolen 8 bases this year without being caught.
He really looked like he wanted to go before Cavalli threw over there on that pickoff.
Now the set. Right-hander delivers, swinging a line drive center field. Right there is Robert Hassel III. Does not have to move. Positioned perfectly to make the catch. So Lindor with a hard line out for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Juan Soto. Soto tried to bunt up the third base line for into the first inning, but bunted it back toward Cavalli, who threw him out. And then the 2-1 pitch. He made contact with the glove of Riley Adams in the third, and Reacham was ruled to be catcher's interference in an error on Riley Adams. Cavalli sets. Soto, that spread stance of the pitch. Breaking ball is low and inside for ball 1. Experience more with Nats Plus. Members get credits on food and merchandise, access to exclusive events, and a dedicated sales rep. Lock in your membership today at nats.com/2026. 1 ball, no strikes on Soto. Runner at first, 2 out. Cavalli delivers, swinging a ground ball toward the middle. It's on through, a base hit into right center field. Hassel over to get it. Rounding second, Beatty will go to third. And Soto aboard with a single, 1 out of 3. He's now hit in 5 straight games. Actually 1 for 2 today. The catcher's interference does not count as a time at bat for him. And Pete Alonso will come up now with runners on the corners. 2 out. Nationals leading this game by the score of 3-0.
Ball from Beatty earlier. He has excelled this year between AAA and the big leagues at getting double play grounders when he needs one, and he would certainly love to get one right now from Alonso.
Here's Cavalli setting. Now his pitch, and the fastball is inside for ball 1. Beatty the leadoff single. Mullen struck out. Lindor lined out. And Soto the base hit, 2 out in the inning.
Well, he doesn't need a double play, does he?
Take the ground ball that looks like you could get one. Pitches inside with a fastball. And it's 2-0 to Alonso. Again, Cavalli's trying to pitch him inside. He doubled on a breaking ball down the right field line of the first, then hit that bloop. It looked like it was going to drop into right center, and Naciam Nunez went back and made a terrific lunging catch, falling down for the out. Cavalli sets. Here's his pitch. Breaking ball. There it drops in, called strike, and it's 2-1.
At times that curveball is so good. He threw one that rolled up there that Beatty got the hit on.
Against this guy, you got to be careful not to hang one, that's for sure. 73 pitches for Cavalli. We're in the 5th with 2 out. The kick in, here it comes. Fastball, swing, and a miss. 2-2, 97-mile-an-hour heater. No sense in saving anything. This all purposes his last inning, maybe his last batter. Let it rip. With Beatty at third, Soto at first, 2 out, 3-0 Nats, bottom of the 5th inning. Now Cavalli coming set. The pause, the kick, runner at first goes, the pitch swung on and fouled back into the screen. And Soto on the move will have to come back. Live like a pro this January at Nats Fantasy Camp. Nationals legends Ryan Zimmerman, Wilson Ramos, Jan Gomes, Drew Storen, Tyler Clippard, Michael Morris, Brian Schneider, and more will be your Nationals alumni coaches. Learn more at nats.com/fantasycamp. Reserve your spot now. Now the 2-2 Cavalli coming set. The kick, here it comes. Swing and a high fly ball, right field. Cruz is back, now moving in under it. It's not deep. He makes the catch, and the inning is over. Nice job by Cade Cavalli. No runs, 2 hits for the Mets. They leave 2 men aboard. Be there early as we say see you later to Bob Carpenter. Tickets at nats.com/see you later. Sixth inning, Huáscar Brazoban on the pitch for the Mets. The call to the bullpen brought to you by Main Street Bank. Cheer local, bank local. Put our team in your office. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Nolan McLean, 5 innings, 3 runs, 1 earned, 4 hits, struck out 6 and walked 2. 92 pitches, 59 strikes. Robert Hassel III will lead off the 6th inning. The Nationals 3, the Mets nothing. Back in with the play-by-play from the Nissan broadcast booth. Here's Josh Wetzel.
Thanks, Charlie. Robert Hassel taps a slow grounder to third base on the first pitch. Beatty playing in. Tosses to first. 1 pitch and 1 away for Brazoban. He had a tough outing last night. Faced 3 men. Gave up a single to Jacob Young. And then after striking out James Wood, C.J. Abrams took him deep. Brazoban looking for a bounce-back appearance. Dylan Cruz comes up to face him next. 1 out, none on in the 6th, and the Brazoban pitch is a fastball for a called strike. Brazoban making his 49th appearance of the year. He has a .397 ERA. Got off to a great start this season, then started to slump and actually got sent down for a bit. The 0-1, breaking ball dips low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Late blooming pitcher Huáscar Brazoban. He's 35 years old. Didn't get to the big leagues till he was in his early 30s. The pitch. Cruz rips a one-hopper right to shortstop. Lindor handles it, throws to first. Cruz is out by a couple of steps. And there's the second out of the inning. Brazoban on only 4 pitches has recorded a couple of outs. And we'll see how Riley Adams does. It's 3-0 Nats. Nobody has scored since the Nationals scored 2 unearned runs in the second. The Nets have left a man in scoring position in 4 of their 5 innings against Cade Cavalli. The pitch to Adams, a fastball upstairs at 96+ miles an hour. 1-0 on Riley. Adams 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Pitch to the big righty hitter is through there for a called strike. And the count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Brazoban, like Nolan McLean, working very quickly on the mound. Pitches and a swing and a miss at the changeup, which is Brazoban's best pitch. Connor Pilkington still loosening in the Nationals bullpen. He'll likely be taken over when we get to the bottom of this inning with Nimmo, Marte, and McNeil due up in the bottom of the 6th for the Mets. 2 outs, none on. Here it comes. Adams takes a changeup low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's about hit the Nationals 5-4, but the Nats have a 3-0 lead. 2-2 pitch. Adams swings, pops one foul off to the right. That will land deep in the grandstand here at Citi Field and keep the count even 2-2 on the Nationals catcher Riley Adams. Trying to prolong the inning for Brady House. Infield mostly straight away. Brazoban fires and a chopper headed toward third but foul. And it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. New batch of baseballs run out there from one of the bat boys for plate umpire Jeremy Rayhawk. Brazoban from the stretch. Fires it home and a swing and a high fly ball to right center. The center fielder Mullins is there. He hauls it in for the out. And the Nationals go 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th. Middle of the order coming up for the Mets in the bottom of the inning. It's innings, allowed 5 hits, walked 1, struck out 3. He threw 76 pitches, 52 strikes. 7th time in his 9 starts this year for the Nationals. Cavalli's worked 5 innings or more. So he will leave with the lead, 3-0 at Nationals. Brandon Nimmo up there now to face Pilkington.
And easily had more left in the tank.
Pilkington got up there, or rather Nimmo got up there to the plate and wanted to exchange bats. I don't know if he...
Yeah, he was hurrying because he didn't want to get a clock violation.
I don't know if he noticed a crack in his bat or what. That boy ran a new bat out to him. And now we're ready. Pilkington from the stretch fires, and Nimmo bounces one toward first, but foul right by Mets first base coach Antoine Richardson.
Yeah, Major League players don't make a mistake and take the wrong bat up there with him.
That was interesting.
But he looked like he was trying to say, hey, I need time, I'm getting a different bat. He didn't want to get a violation.
The 0-1 popped foul out of play straight back behind the plate, 0-2.
Seemed like Jeremy Rehak was okay with it because he gave him the look like, well, that's your problem. The clock's ticking.
Nimmo now trying to guard the plate, down 2 strikes. He went 0 for 2 against Cavalli. Here it comes. Fastball outside. I think some hitters might swing a bat with a slightly different weight versus some pitchers versus others. I don't know if maybe he went to a heavier bat or a lighter bat with Pilkington on the mound now. Who knows? The 1-2 bounced softly back to Pilkington. He runs halfway to first, underhands it to Bell for the out, and Nimmo retired for the first out of the inning.
Seems every pitcher on a comebacker tries to avoid throwing an overhand toss to first. They can get over there quickly enough and just underhand it. I don't know what it is. They don't pitch underhanded, right? That's
Starling Marte is happy that he's not looking out to the mound and seeing Cade Cavalli. Cavalli struck him out twice. Pilkington's pitch from the stretch. Marte takes outside, 1-0. Pilkington pitched a hitless inning last night, so he's working back-to-back games. House in just a touch at third base. The 1-0 is smacked foul back into the right. 1 ball and 1 strike on Marte.
First time seeing the Met City Connect uniforms. They didn't wear them when the Nats were here last year when these were unveiled. This dark gray top with black lettering and NYC. The font of the New York subway.
1-1. Fouled straight back onto the screen. Makes it 1-2.
They take the number 7 train here from the city. So a lot of the accents of the uniform. And then across the batting helmet, the familiar Mets NY logo, but it's over a bridge.
1 out, none on. Here it comes. Marte lays off a high fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I'm not sure which bridge that's supposed to be. It could be the Brooklyn Bridge, the Manhattan Bridge, the Williamsburg Bridge, the Queensboro Bridge, the Throgs Neck Bridge, or the Whitestone Bridge.
3-0 Nationals, and the pitch is way outside. That was a changeup that missed badly from Pilkington.
You got the bridges that go from Brooklyn to Manhattan, from Queens to Manhattan. Oh, I left out the Triborough Bridge. Goes from the Bronx.
Does the Verrazano Narrow Bridge count or no?
That goes from Brooklyn to Staten Island.
Okay. 3-2 pitch. Skied in the air to center. Hassel comes trotting in. He's there waiting on it. Finally, it comes back to earth, and Hassel makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
You know, they run over that bridge for the New York Marathon. Starts in Staten Island. They run over the Verrazano Bridge to Brooklyn. Eventually over the Brooklyn Bridge. No, that's not right. They go through Queens and come over the Queensboro Bridge into Manhattan.
There's a lot of bridges around here.
There are a lot of bridges.
And that's Jeff McNeil. McNeil is 0 for 1 with a walk today.
The George Washington Bridge takes you from
a big one.
The Bronx to New Jersey.
First pitch to McNeil. Swing and a miss. Good slider. 0-1. Well, they incorporated the bridge motif into Citi Field out in right center.
That doesn't look like any of the bridges, though, in New York. The one on the helmets and the caps definitely looks like one of the bridges.
The 0-1 waved at and missed. Another good slider.
But it's a side view of a bridge, so you see the extensions. I'm saying it looks more like the Triborough Bridge to me, but it's the closest bridge to Citi Field, I do believe.
0-2. Slider low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now you know about every bridge in New York.
You're going to have to get to the bottom of which bridge this is.
They call it the Shea Bridge. They give it a name, from Shea Stadium and Bill Shea, who Shea Stadium was named after.
Pilkington bounces one in front of home plate and yet another slider. And that got a piece of catcher Riley Adams, who's a little bit shaken up. 2-2.
They named Shea Stadium after Bill Shea because he was very instrumental in the New York getting an expansion team after the Giants and Dodgers both left. Now here comes Paul Assar, the Nationals Director of Athletic Training, along with manager Miguel Cairo to check on Riley Adams.
The breaking ball that bounced way out in front of Adams that came up and hit him somewhere.
Well, they didn't look at any particular area, so we could kind of guess. We got one on the last road trip, and Jorge Alfaro had to come in and replace him, and then he got hit with one in the same spot.
That's what you call bad luck.
Yes. I asked Riley Adams, was that the worst? And before I could say anything else, he goes, it's not even a question. Yes. That's the answer.
Riley back behind the plate now as Pilkington misses the outside corner on a fastball. It's gone from 0-2 to 3-2. Nationals 3, Mets nothing. 2 outs, nobody on base. And now the payoff. McNeil looks at a called strike 3. Fastball over the inside corner. And a strong inning out of the bullpen from Connor Pilkington. 1-2-3. On to the 7th inning. Mets 3. And make that Nationals 3. Studio. Thanks for tuning us in. Brady House leads off the 7th with the Nats up 3-0. Huáscar Brazoban looks like could be having a pitch-com situation right now. He has taken his cap off. Francisco Alvarez walking to the mound. And it looks like Brazoban cannot hear his pitch-com receiver. Now, Pete Alonso has a pitch-com receiver in his hat. And the first baseman for the Mets has given his PitchCom receiver to Brazoban, who's now going to use it. Alonso being a great teammate over there at first base. One of the Bat Boys has run out a new PitchCom receiver now to Alonso. All right.
The bridge that spans the front of their Met City Connect hat is the Queensboro Bridge, which goes Queens to New York.
First pitch now to House, swung on and missed, 0-1. Didn't you call that last inning? That's what you thought it was, right?
I wasn't sure. Now I look at it again. It's the Queensboro Bridge.
Brazoban's 0-1, bounced foul behind the plate, 0-2 on House.
And the color of the jersey, which we think is like a darkish gray, actually has a name, Concrete Jungle. I don't know if that was in your box of 64 Crayolas.
House swings and misses at a delivery from Brazoban, who just struck him out on 3 straight. 4 up and 4 gone now for Brazoban. Yeah, I don't think that was in my box of Crayolas.
That's like a special color, right? Concrete Jungle.
Nasim Nunez now the batter, switch hitter, digging in lefty. First pitch to him is slapped toward left center. Mullins had him shaded that way, and he easily makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Made good contact, though, that time. No doubt wants a lefty now with Wood and Abrams, the next couple of batters.
This trip to the mound and slow down in the action is brought to you by Izervay, and that's going to be it for Brazoban. Coming in, trotting in from the Mets bullpen out in right center.
Take a hack at guessing which baseball player or manager said the following.
Washington 3, New York 0. James Wood, the batter, in the Lovelady pitch, whistles over the outside corner for a called strike.
Well, Brazoban was much sharper this time out, but if you got a third lefty in your pen that you brought up today, you got to use him.
Lovelady fires, poked foul straight back by Wood. Quickly, 0-2. Lovelady, former Kansas City Royal, making his 7th appearance this year for the Mets. He also pitched in a couple of games early in the season for Toronto. Well-traveled southpaw. Here it comes. Wood bounces one slowly towards second. McNeil charges. Fields throws to first. Wood is out by a step. And that ends the inning. Brazoban and Lovelady combine on a 1-2-3, top of the 7th. Bottom of the inning on the way now from Citi Field in New York.
Great moment.
giving up 12 runs yesterday. The Nationals so far have shut out the Mets today, 3-0. And in the bottom of the 7th inning, Clayton Beeter comes in for the Nationals to replace Connor Pilkington. Pilkington retired the side 1-2-3 with a strikeout in his 1 inning on the mound. Francisco Alvarez. He's a good riding fastball, good tight slider from the stretch. He works it home, and he misses the outside corner with his first pitch.
Well, you know, when he's on, he can pile up strikeouts, but walks at times have been an issue.
Sets high, throws the pitch home, and a breaking ball's ripped that and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike on Alvarez.
He does not get cheated on swings, does he?
Alvarez is built like a fire plug. Tremendous strength at the plate. The delivery, breaking ball lined fair past third. It hits the rolled up tarp. The ball deflects to Wood and left, and that will keep Alvarez at first base. It's a single. That ball was just barely fair past third. It hit that rolled up tarp, and the ball bounced right out to Wood in left field. So a little bit of a break there for the Nationals.
Yeah, you couldn't have rolled the ball off the tarp and tried to get a perfect carom to your left fielder. Wood got it in quickly. And that keeps a double play in order with a runner at first.
Brett Beatty coming up now, grounded into a double play earlier when Cade Cavalli was pitching. The left-handed hitter. One Texan against another now as Beeter goes after Beatty. First pitch, fastball too high at 98 miles an hour. 1-0 on Beatty. Alvarez now 2 for 3 with that single. Takes a very cautious lead from first, held by Josh Bell. Beeter delivers a fastball up high again. 2-0. 3-0 Washington, bottom of the 7th. Beatty cocks that over the shoulder, waiting, midway off the plate. And now Beeter's 2-0. Breaking ball drops in just enough to get the strike called. 2-1.
It's like Jose Ferrer may be looking to get ready now. He's talking things over with Ricky Gutierrez, bullpen coach Ricky Bonas. Yep, cap on.
Fastball at the knees for a strike, and Beatty is not happy with plate umpire Jeremy Rahak, and he's discussing that last call with him. I think he didn't love the first strike call. He really didn't like that one, which is at the bottom of the zone. 2-2 the count. Beeter stretches, kicks, and delivers, and that breaking ball stays outside. And now a full count. This is a big 3-2 pitch coming up.
Yep, Ferrer's got the cap on with the pitch count device in it, and he's beginning to throw here in the 7th inning.
Well, the Mets, very dangerous part of the lineup, is close to coming to the plate. The payoff, breaking ball got him swinging. Beatty strikes out in a good slider. A big strikeout there for Beeter. 1 out in the inning with Alvarez still at first. As now Cedric Mullins comes up.
Well, the last homestand, we got his first save last weekend against the Pirates. His slider was disappearing, dropping breaking ball below the zone. Not like the one McLean was throwing earlier today for the Mets.
Mullins in off the left side of the plate. Beeter brings it home over the top, and a line drive foul rattling into the camera well at the end of the first base side dugout of the Mets. 0-1. It's been 3-0 Nationals since they scored 2 unearned runs in the 2nd inning. Beeter pauses, looks to first, now fires the pitch home, and a fastball misses low and outside.
It's definitely one big difference since Miguel Cairo took over, his use of the bullpen where Jose Ferrer is concerned. He'll use him in the biggest spot, which might not necessarily be the bottom of the 9th inning.
The 1-1. Swinging a ground ball to second. A sliding, diving play by Nunez. He goes to Abrams for one. Back to first, not in time. Mullins reaches on the fielder's choice, but a fantastic play from Nunez, stealing a hit away from Mullins. And only one on for the Mets with now 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Well, on radio, there's no way to appreciate what we just saw. Well, the diving stop, sliding, got it in the webbing of his glove, rolled over to his knees, and then Nunez a perfect throw to Abrams. But Mullins too fast to double up in a play like that. But what a play to take a hit away and at least get the lead runner at second by Nunez. Boy, he's made some plays in this game that have been a factor.
Yeah, he's made the 2 biggest defensive plays in the game for sure. Now Lindor the hitter, and the pitch to him is high and outside, 1-0. Nunez made that great play in the pop-up from Alonso in the 3rd inning.
That is a spectacular 4-6 play in your scorebook.
Lindor's gone 1 for 3 with an infield single. Here it comes. Very high, 2-0. With some other batter runners going down the line, that would have been a double play, too, and that would have been about as slick of a double play as you could ever imagine.
What a play by Nunez. I didn't think there was a chance he'd get to that ball. But he makes plays that you don't think anyone can.
Peter stretches, the right-hander delivers. Goes for the breaking ball and leaves it outside. So 3-0 now on Francisco Lindor with Juan Soto on deck.
Well, you almost for sure Ferrer will be in the game if Soto comes up.
Peter brings hands together and fires. Fastball clips the outside corner. 3-1. And Peter is probably facing his last hitter no matter what. Mullins edges away from first. Time called now by Lindor at the plate. And he backs away before the 3-1 pitch. Bottom of the 7th, 3-0 Nationals. House wide off the bag at third, about even with third base. Abrams plays Lindor up the middle at shortstop. 3-1 pitch, swung on and lined into right field. Cruz slides, and he made the catch down on his knees. Another terrific defensive play there, this time from Dylan Cruz. That looked like a hit, but Cruz motoring in and to his right, slid and caught it, ending the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 excellent defensive plays for the Nats.
It's a great night for...
Thank you very much, Josh Wetzel. Sitting in for Dave. C.J. Abrams leads off. Richard Lovelady, who came in to get the last out of the 7, starts the 8th. First pitch swung on and missed by C.J. Abrams at a slider. He got James Wood to ground out to second base on an 0-2 pitch. and delivers. Swing and a miss. When it comes at you, not a full sidearm, but a low arm slot delivery and threw the slider across the plate, and Abrams missed it. Third base side of the rubber, he kicks, delivers with that crossfire delivery again, and catches the inside corner at the knees with a fastball, strike 3, and Abrams out on 3 pitches. That was a look of a pitcher I don't think he cared for very much. So Lovelady has his first strikeout, and that's the first out here in the top half of inning number 8.
Andres Chaparro going to pinch hit now for Josh Bell.
A lefty-righty switch. And the pitch on the way. The Chaparro swung on and missed for strike 1. Chaparro, as a pinch hitter, is 1 out of 5. That hit a double. Hitting 179, 10 for 56, 2 doubles, a homer, 2 batted in. The pitch swung on and bounced foul back to the plate. In all probability, he would have been coming into the game anyway to replace Bell for defense in a 3-0 game. Ferrer still throwing in the Nationals bullpen. And the Mets have a right-hander up in their bullpen right now. Here's the pitch. And Chaparro takes low. One ball, 2 strikes. Dalen Lyle on deck. Here's the pitch. Swinging a shot foul past Lyle and off the screen over toward the Nationals dugout. Continues, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Difficult to pull a ball as far as Chaparro just pulled that.
They're behind him. Chris Davinsky, the right-hander, up in the Mets pen. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul tip held by Alvarez, the catcher, for strike 3. And so Lovelady, a pair of strikeouts. He's faced the minimum 3, but will remain on to face Dalen Lyle. So all set up perfectly for the left-handed pitcher. And the Nats do that when their lineup starts out with Wood, Abrams, Bell, and Lyle, and Hassel behind him, also left-handed today. And the Mets with 3 lefties in the bullpen, with Lovelady brought back to the big leagues today. Now the pitch, and Lyle looks one over, low, ball 1. RBI for him, reaching on a fielder's choice in the first inning. He lined out deep to left in the third, flied out to shallow left center in the 5th. So looking for his first hit of the day. Pitch on the way, swinging a ground ball, and there it is, on through the middle and into center field, a base hit. Mullins to his left into right center will scoop it up, and Dalen Lyle is aboard. He's now hit in 6 of his last 8, 17 of his last 20. As he continued to pile up hits. So he's aboard with great speed. And Lovelady will remain on for Robert Hassel III. They had the option to maybe go to Jacob Young, but that would have brought in a right-hander, so they keep Hassel up there. He struck out. He's bounced to second. He's grounded to third. And the first pitch to him looks at a fastball in for a strike. It's 0-1. Knee-high fastball from Lovelady. Third baseman Beatty off the line. Now the pitch. Hassel lays off, pitches low inside, a breaking ball. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. They asked to see if he offered that one. Third base umpire Brandon Miller said no swing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Left-hander to the belt. The kick, here it comes. Swinging a ground ball toward the middle. Lindor slides, gets to it. He whirls, he throws to first. Oh, it's the call at first base. What a play by Francisco Lindor on a ball that seemed ticketed for center field. He crossed behind second base to the right side and then whirled around from the outfield grass and throws out Robert Hassel III.
Great moments in baseball have been broadcast on the radio since 1921.
Smith corks one into right. Down.
Man is the theme here in New York as Jose Ferrer warms on the mound for the Nationals for the bottom of the 8th inning. They bring their closer into the 8th inning with Soto, Alonso, and Nimmo. 2, 3, and 4 of the Mets lineup. So here is Ferrer making appearance number 69 on the season. 4-3 record of 4.04 ERA with 21 holds, 9 saves in 11 tries, 71 in the third innings, allowed 70 hits, only 3 home runs, struck out 62 and walked 15, 261 batting average against him. Facing former teammate Juan Soto leading it off. Now the pitch on the way, and the first pitch is high, ball 1 to Soto. Andres Chaparro pinch hit for Josh Bell remaining in the game at first base. No other changes for the Nationals as Ferrer works first base side of the rubber. Facing Soto, the pitch, swing and a miss. Blows a fastball by him at 99 miles an hour. Soto against Ferrer is 2 out of 5 with a double. Ferrer struck him out twice. Outfield a touch the other way toward left. Back a bit more than a touch. Cruz well off to right center. Time called. Riley Adams going to go to the mound. A slow down in action for the visit to the mound brought to you by Iservay. A ball and a strike on Soto.
That trip to the mound, I'm sorry, Charlie, was to avoid a clock violation.
Yes. They usually are when Ferrer is in the game working with Adams. Soto tried to bunt his way on, was thrown out by the pitcher Cade Cavalli in the first, reached on catcher's interference in the third, single to center in the fifth, officially 1 for 2. Spread stance, it's open, and the pitch, fastball, a called strike to the outside part of the plate. Soto did not like the call. He talks about it with Jeremy Rayhack, and now using his timeout will shuffle some dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. First batter so important. We'll see if Ferrer can retire Soto. He comes set now. He kicks, he delivers. Swing and a foul tip held by Riley Adams for strike 3. And Jose Ferrer strikes out Juan Soto for the first out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And to bring you our injury report presented by Inova, the official healthcare provider of the Washington Nationals. Toronto Blue Jays holding a 3-game lead in the American League East. Having to put one of their starters, Chris Bassett, on the injured list. Low back inflammation. Mason Fluharty called up from AAA Buffalo. Now Ferrer walks off the mound. Adams has to go out there again. So they use 2 visits, 1 to each batter. So they have 1 more. But they've used a trip to the mound this time again. 1 was to avoid a pitch clock violation. To get together on these things here. Mariners' Brian Wu. Pectoral muscle issue. Early exit from the Mariners game after a few warm-up pitches in the 6th inning. Now Ferrer ready. And the pitch. And that is inside, ball 1 to Pete Alonso. It's double to right. Robbed of a hit. It was a bloop over the right side of the infield. A spectacular sliding catch by Nasim Nunez over the shoulder play. And then Alonso fly to right in the 5th inning. Pitch on the way. Fastball is a called strike, and it's 1-1. Alonso against Ferrer. 0 for 1 with a walk. Left-hander ready. He kicks, he delivers, swing, and a fastball fouled straight back behind the plate. That's now with 2 right-handers up in their bullpen. Chris Davinsky's back up. Ryan Helsley, who earned his first hold in a Mets uniform last night, is warming for them. Now the pitch, and this one taken low. Ferrer missing with his changeup that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 8th, Nationals leading 3-0 in front of a big crowd here at Citi Field. In fact, a sellout crowd. Here's the pitch, and bounced that one, and it hit him. So Pete Alonso's hit by the pitch, and I believe it hit him on the bounce. To take another look at that. Yes, it did. It bounced and hit him in the calf.
And it was a changeup. If you're going to get hit, you might as well get hit by a changeup after it bounces. Though Alonso still does not look very comfortable as he slowly walks to first base.
Sixth batter that Ferreira's hit this year, and for Alonso, the 15th time he's been hit this year. Lindor's been hit 15 times over the Nationals. Abrams 14 times, all of them in the top 10 in that category. 43,412 here at Citi Field today. So now the batter's Brandon Nimmo. House, edge of the grass to the right of the cutout at third of the pitch, swung on, ground ball right side. Fielded by Chaparro to second to Abrams, and he'll hold on to it. No chance to double up Nimmo. With that one not in hard, they get to the second out of the inning. Good play by Andres Chaparro to get the out of the lead runner at second. So 2 out, and now Nimmo will be the runner at first. And Starling Marte, the designated hitter, coming up. Marte struck out in each of his at-bats against Cade Cavalli, one swinging, one looking. And then in the 6th inning against left-hander Connor Pilkington, he flied out to Hassel in shallow center field. Marte, one appearance against Ferreira, resulting in a walk. And the first pitch is taken. It's a fastball in for a strike. 99 miles an hour from Ferreira. Now the pitch swung on, hit in the air to left field deep. Wood going back over his head and off the wall. Plays the carom perfectly. He'll fire it into Abrams, and no play anywhere. They might have had a play at second, but Abrams is back turned. Second baseman Nunez went to the bag. Marte pulls into second with a double off the left field wall. Because it was hit so hard, amazingly, the runner only gets to third base. They break for the Nationals. And that it came off the wall perfectly to Wood.
Yeah, banked off the bottom part of the fence and just took one quick skip off the warning track right back to Wood. And now Riley Adams and Jose A. Ferreira will talk about things before the next batter comes up. And it looks like it's going to be the pinch hitter Mark Vientos for Jeff McNeil.
So they'll go to the right-hand hitting Vientos. The regular third baseman was not in the lineup today against Cavalli. This year as a pinch hitter, he's 0 for 6 with a walk, 3 for 19 in his career as a pinch hitter, including a pinch hit home run and a couple of doubles. So he will stand in. Vientos for the year, hitting at .235, 20 doubles, 2 triples, 17 homers, and 58 runs batted in. And he's faced Ferreira once and flied out. Here's Ferreira's pitch. Fastball right in there, called strike one. That one at 100 miles an hour. 3-0 Nationals. Mets batting, 2 out, bottom of the 8th inning. That's pen quiet. Ferreira coming set. He kicks, he delivers, swing and a miss. Strike 2. Went to a changeup diving below the zone, and Vientos swung over the top of it. Third base coach Mike Sarbaugh getting the attention of the runners. Nimmo and Marte. Now the set of the pitch. Inside low in the dirt. Good play by Riley Adams to scoop it. Keep that one from getting away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. New ball is put into play. Outfield swung toward right. Very much so on Vientos. Ferreira sets. The kick, here it comes. Swing and a ground ball past the diving third baseman. House and down the left field line will score 2. Rounding first, Vientos. He'll coast into second base with a pinch hit 2-run double. And this is now a 1-run game. The Nationals 3 and the Mets 2. They went to a changeup. Surprised he didn't come after him with the heater and sped up his bat. And he ends up pulling it past the diving house to his right and into the left field corner. A huge hit. And Vientos will depart for the pinch runner, Luis Angel Acuna.
Not only a changeup, but a changeup that was right down the middle. I mean, it was center cut. Yeah. And Vientos jerked it right past third base.
Yeah, that one did not dive like some of the others. And it really sped up his bat. His 21st double. Vientos now with 60 runs batted in as he departs. And the batter's Francisco Alvarez in a sellout crowd. They're on their feet here at Citi Field, and time called for Alvarez. Biggest video board in America, prompting the chant of "Let's go Mets." Ferrer, unable to hear for the PitchCom device, steps off. Now trying to reset it in his cap. The crowd's loud enough that maybe you couldn't hear even if it was working properly. But Ferrer's given the time here to see if he can get it to work.
Might be turning the volume up.
I don't know if he has a volume setting on it. I would have to ask him, can somebody in the dugout turn up the volume
button on it?
Right on it, okay. Maybe that's what he did. Need to crank it up. Ferrer sets. Here's the pitch. And the fastball, a called strike one. Be interesting if Nats can get out of this inning with the lead. What they've done lately is use Beater late if Ferrer pitches in the eighth. So Beater's already pitched in this game. Ferrer delivers, swing and a foul. Deflected off the catcher, Riley Adams, and it's 0-2. Beater pitching the scoreless seventh inning. Pilkington had the sixth, each earning holds. Now Ferrer trying to hold the lead. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul ball off to the right, out of play. They'll do it again on 0-2. Next pitch will be the 20th in the inning for Ferrer. And he's definitely been fresh. Now the set, the pitch. In the dirt, blocked and handled by Riley Adams. Big play there to keep the runners where they are, or runner. Acuna at second base, the tying run. Ferrer has not worked since a week ago last night. Now the pitch. Swing and a foul, deflects back behind the plate. Not sure what that deflected off of. Could have been the mask of Adams. Ferrer, after that last save, had a little bit of forearm tightness, so was held out a couple of days and then did not pitch in the Braves series. Here's the set. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a slider running in at the knees of Francisco Alvarez. So Ferrer hangs on to the lead. He gives up 2 runs in the inning on a pair of hits, a hit batter, and the tying run left at second base. The end of 8 innings in New York.
some teams have gotten off to a
check
fast
that. It's
start.
Ryan Helsley.
Others,
Helsley coming
not so
in with
much.
it now a one-run
However,
game.
There's always room to turn things around.
And both
and
warming.
finish strong. Here's how
Probably if the Mets didn't score, it would have been Davinsky, but now
we'll start with Clemson.
it's Helsley trying to hold the Nats at bay. Helsley worked last night. Pitched a scoreless 7th inning, a 1-2-3 inning. Dylan Cruz leads off first to face him. First pitch is breaking ball, and it's outside for ball 1. Helsley's numbers had not been good with the Mets. This is his 20th appearance for the Mets, 0-3 with an ERA of 9 with that scoreless inning and hold last night. Another off-speed pitch, low and outside. Cruz has an infield hit, a run scored, and a couple of ground ball outs. Helsley, first base side of the rubber. Ready, and the 2-0. Swing and a miss to the fastball. 2-1 is the count. 97-mile-an-hour heater from Helsley. 16 innings with the Mets. He has that hold in 4 blown saves, 23 hits allowed, 4 homers, struck out 17, walked 9. Now the pitch. And the sliders high and away. 3 balls and a strike is the count. Cruz with great speed if you can get him on base. Helsley is pretty easy to run on. Now the set. 3-1, and he walked him. A fastball, low, ball 4. And the Nats get themselves a leadoff base runner here in the 9th inning. Riley Adams will come up now, 1 out of 3, a single to right for him back in the 2nd inning. Helsley with the Cardinals was 3-1, an ERA of an even 3 in 36 games, was 21 out of 26 in the save department. Last year, 49 saves in 53 tries. He's been an all-star. He's been a league leader in saves. The pitch, too high, ball 1, but he is a free agent to be. And the Mets acquired him at the deadline from the Cardinals. Pending free agent on a 1-year, $8.2 million deal. Outfield around toward right. Now the pitch. And that's in for a strike. With a slider, it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Now Helsley coming set. He kicks, he fires, swing, and a long by Adams deep down the left field line, but it's hooking foul. Got around early on that pitch as he hung a slider. No one throwing in the Nationals bullpen. Ferrer threw 22 pitches in the 8th. Bottom of the 9th, Mets due to send up Beatty and Mullins, both left-handed hitters, and then top of the order in the switch inning, Lindor.
B.J. Poulin is standing near the bullpen mound. I don't know if he's getting ready to warm up or not, but almost looks like he could be getting close to playing some catch anyway in that visitor's pen.
Poulin worked 2/3 of an inning last night through 12 pitches. Fastball too high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Adams. With Cruz at first, being held by Alonso. And Acuna now the second baseman. Here's the set by Helsley. The pitch, swing, and a foul tip held by the catcher, Alvarez, for the first out on the strikeout. So Helsley definitely shortening up on the leg kick. It's more like slide step to the plate. Normally, stolen base numbers favor the runner over the course of Helsley's career. So here's Brady House with 1 out. Cruz edges away to the lead. They play him around to the right side of the pitch. Low outside, ball 1, starting him off with a slider. And the Mets holding a 2-game lead over Cincinnati for that 3rd wild card spot. Now the pitch. And that's taken, a called strike. Reds playing at home against the Cubs. And their game just getting underway at the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Now Cruz, he'll run. The pitch swung on, hit in the air, foul down the right field line, and that is in the seats out of play. So Cruz took off, had a pretty good break, and now heads back to first base. Dillon this year has 16 stolen bases, while being thrown out only 4 times. Mets have out-hit the Nationals 8-5, but the Nationals have the lead 3-2. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Dylan Cruz, the runner at first with 1 out. Now Helsley coming set. Cruz does not run in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a high fastball up and away at 98 miles an hour. It's kind of been the Achilles heel for Brady House, as opposing pitchers are able to get him out on pitches that are not strikes. Strikeout to walks ratio with his 2 strikeouts today in this game. Now 72 strikeouts to 6 walks. Here's Nasim Nunez batting 9th in the order, switch hitter batting left. First pitch to him, fastball high, ball 1. Third baseman, Beatty's creeped into the cutout. He's still on the dirt. Outfield around the other way just a bit. Now Helsley comes set. Pitch to Nunez. Big swing and a miss. Had a good rip at it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swinging through a 98-mile-an-hour fastball at the belt. Alonso's holding against Cruz. Edges away to the lead, and Helsley comes set. The pitch to Nunez, too high, throw to first. Cruz diving back in, right hand to in, ahead of the tag of Pete Alonso. The snap throw from Francisco Alvarez. 2 balls, 1 strike on Nunez. Royals the bat around, now holds, shoulder height. Helsley sets. Right-hander ready, kicks, runner goes, the pitch. It's a strike, the throw on down, and Cruz is out. Tagged out by Nunez, who handled, or by Lindor, pardon me, who handled a one-hop throw perfectly and put the tag on Cruz going in head first. So he is thrown out for the 5th time this year. 2-6 if you're scoring, and that'll do it for the. The bench with a pinch hitter here for Brett Beatty, and the first pitch is lined into left. It's a base hit. And so Luis Torrens Their other catcher batting for Beatty rips one to the left on the first pitch by Jose Ferrer, and the Mets have the tying run aboard. Well, Beatty, who has been playing against just about everybody, but they elected not to send him up against Ferrer, and Torrens, with his third pinch hit in 9 at-bats this year, he will leave. And now the Mets will put in Jose Siri. I believe it's Siri as a pinch runner. These City Connect uniforms of the Mets are just impossible to read.
Yes, it is Siri.
It is Siri, yep.
Carlos Mendoza looking like a genius there, pinch hitting Torrens.
Now Cedric Mullins sent up. Mets with Mullins, the Nationals expect a bunt. House has creeped in. He squares, but he lays off the pitch outside, ball 1. So Torrens, the big pinch hit for the Mets. And Siri to run for him, runs well. After his long road back from a fractured leg, suffered a fractured left tibia when a ball fouled off just below his knee early in the year. Now Mullins pulls the bat back, pitch in for a strike on the fastball, and it's 1-1. On deck is Francisco Lindor. Behind him, Juan Soto. Behind him, Pete Alonso. House way in on the grass, expecting the bunt. Now the pitch, and he bunts it. House charges in, fields it. His only play will be to first, and that's to Chaparro, still at the bag. Sacrifice successful. 5-3. And Siri to second base, and Lindor coming up. And listen to this crowd here at Citi Field. Mullins did his job getting the bunt down. House will guard the line at third, and he's playing right now even with the bag. Got one by him last inning with a 2-run double by pinch hitter Vientos. That's really exhausting their bench. They have only Ronnie Mauricio, switch hitting infielder, left on their bench. So here is Lindor batting right-handed. And the pitch, swing and a miss. Came after him with a fastball at 98 miles an hour. Lindor against Ferrer, 1 for 3, a single, a pop-up, a strikeout. Drama here at Citi Field in New York. Bottom of the 9th inning, 3-2 Nationals. The pitch, swing and a pop-up foul to the right and out of play. And Ferrer is ahead. No balls, 2 strikes. Nationals have P.J. Poulin throwing. Say when Lau, the right-hander, also up in their pen. Ferrer to the belt. The kick, here it comes. Swing and a foul back into the screen. Holding 0-2 on Lindor, fouling back a 99-mile-an-hour heater. 43,412 sellout crowd at Citi Field. And now Ferrer comes set. He kicks, he fires, and the pitch hit him. He hit him in the foot. And Lindor hobbles his way to first base. Now the Mets not only have the tying run on base, they have the potential winning run on base. Lindor hit for the 16th time this year. So Ferrer hit a batter on a bounce in the 8th inning, hit Alonso. That time he squarely hits Lindor on the leg, on the foot. Looks like the toe.
Yeah, right at the end of his foot. Hit him with a slider. Hit Alonso last inning with a changeup on a bounce. Jim Hickey out to the mound now to talk to Ferrer before Juan Soto sees a pitch.
How about this drama now? 1 out, 2 men on base, and the former National Soto to face him. 1 for 3 today with a single. As you mentioned, coming in his last 20 games prior to today. A .368 average with 10 homers, 24 runs batted in. 3 doubles, a triple, 13 walks, and 11 stolen bases. So here he is to face his former teammate. Soto against Ferrer, 2 out of 5 with a double. Ferrer struck him out twice. Now they have the video of pro wrestling and actor John Cena leading the Let's Go Mets chant. And then the wave of the hand in front of the face saying, "You can't see me." Well, that's what it means anyway when he does that. You can't see me. Siri at second, Lindor at first. 1 out, bottom of the ninth. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike one at a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And Soto almost fell down on the follow-through of the swing. Strike one. When he reached back in the third, it was on catcher's interference. And he almost clipped Riley Adams on the backswing. Now he was able to go get that grip to rub onto his bat, sticky stuff. He allowed him to do that with his timeout. He's back to the plate. Left foot in, right foot in, top of the plate, spreads the stance. Ferrer comes set. Siri off second, Lindor off first. The 0-1 on the way. Swing, and it's fouled back into the screen behind the plate on another fastball at 100 miles an hour. And Ferrer ahead of Soto. No balls, 2 strikes. Right now, he comes set. 2 on, 1 out. 0-2, the pitch. Swing and a little looper. Center field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. Hassel up to get it. Rounding third. Coming home is Siri. He dives across the plate. The throw cut off behind the mound by Chaparro. It's a blooping single to center for Juan Soto. He drives in his 104th run of the year. Lindor stopping at second. The game is tied. The Nationals 3 and the Mets 3. Still only 1 out in the inning. And Pete Alonso will be the batter.
There's a 100-mile-an-hour fastball running in, but Soto got just enough of it to flare that beyond the reach of Abrams, dumping it into center field well in front of Hassel.
And no chance for Abrams, well beyond him. He fisted it. Had some spin when it landed. Hassel made the play to get it back in. Everyone stays on their feet. Here's Pete Alonso. Lindor racing for third. Trying to steal the throw there. Not in time. And Soto, the trail runner, goes into second base. Lindor leads a double steal, his 31st of the year. And Juan Soto gets his 35th of the year. So with a week to go in the season from tomorrow, Soto has a really good shot at a 40-40 season. Now the Nationals, with runners second and third and 1 out, are forced to bring the infield in with a 1-ball, no-strike count on Alonso. Ferrer sets. Here's the pitch, and it's low inside, ball 2, 2-0. 35 pitches thrown by Ferrer now in an inning and a third. The stolen base is huge. And now they're going to walk Alonso intentionally, so that sets up the force all the way around. I really don't know why they were pitching to him at all when you have the left-hand hitter and Nimmo on deck. But so now they can drop back at second and short. They'll play in at the corners. And Ferrer absolutely needs a Houdini act to get out of this.
Then pull the infield in up the middle again now.
Yeah, they were back. Now they've come in. Ferrer sets. Here's the pitch. And Nimmo takes high, ball 1. Now you have to throw strikes. No place to put them. Infield in, outfield way in. In a 3-3 game with the bases loaded, Ferrer sets. Kicks, delivers, and the pitch. Fastball taken. Called strike at 100 miles an hour from Ferrer. It's charged with a blown save, his 3rd of the year. Now coming set. Infield in, the pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul to the left side will make the seats behind the Nationals dugout. On the third base side, 1 ball and 2 strikes. The on-deck hitter is the designated hitter, Starling Marte. So no easy path out of this. Lindor at third, Soto at second, Alonso at first. Ferrer sets and delivers. And a swing and a miss. He struck him out That was a waving swing at a slider running down and away. And Nimmo looked like he was trying to just foul it off if he could. He swung at a pitch that was not close to the strike zone. So Ferrer has his third strikeout. And now with 2 out, here's Starling Marte. Marte's faced Ferrer once and drawn a walk. Now the pitch. Swing and a tapper foul back behind the plate to the backstop. 1 for 4 for Marte in this game, extending a hitting streak to 8 with a double off the wall in left field. And later scored on Mark Viento's 2-run double that got the Mets on the scoreboard with 2 in the 8th, cutting the Nationals lead to 1. Now he's trying to deliver the winning hit with 2 out of the bottom of the 9th inning. Ferrer sets. He kicks, and here's the pitch. In there, a called strike with a fastball. It's 0-2. Ferrer goes to the rubber mat for a moment, kicks at it, knocks some dirt out of his spikes, and retoes first base side of the slab as Lindor darts off third, trying to draw a balk if he can. Third baseman is deep, and now Ferrer steps off.
Lindor got about 40 feet down the third base line there.
Yeah, he's doing it again, racing down the line from third, trying to distract Ferrer, who comes set. Here's the pitch. Low inside, smothered by Riley Adams. The other thing about it is you get that kind of a lead. If the ball gets away, he's coming. It doesn't even have to get far for him to try and score because he's so far down the line from third. Good play by Adams, closing that one off, heading for the 5-hole. Ferrer sets, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the inning is over, and we will have extra innings here at Citi Field in New York. Ferrer with his 4th strikeout, but the Mets tie the game in the bottom of the 9th inning. 1 run, 1 hit, a hit batter, an intentional walk.
Take a
Edwin Diaz. Jacob Young is running for Brady House, it looks like, to be the free runner at second base. Nasim Nunez at the plate when Dylan Cruz was thrown out, trying to steal in the 9th, leading off the 10th. In with a play-by-play, here's Josh Wetzel.
First pitch to Nasim Nunez. He bunts it and he pops it up to third. It's caught by Ronnie Mauricio for the out. 1 pitch, 1 gone. Nunez up there to try to sacrifice the runner to third, but he popped up the bunt to Mauricio.
Was just into the game, the last position player. left on the bench for the Mets after Torrens batted for Beatty and Siri ran for him, a two-player move. And so, Mauricio, the Mets have no position players left.
Now James Wood, swing and a miss at that Diaz slider, down and in, 0-1. DeYoung, the automatic runner at second, pinch running for Brady House. 3-3 game, top of the 10th. Diaz kicks and fires and a swing and a miss. 0-2 right away on Wood. James 0 for 2 with a pair of walks tonight. It's all left-handed batter in there, the 31-year-old Edwin Diaz. Stares in, kicks high, throws it home, and a bouncing ball to first base. Right to Alonso. He sprints to first, beating Wood. And there's the second out of the inning as Young advances to third on the play. And now it's going to be left up to C.J. Abrams, trying to score that go-ahead run from third base. 57th appearance of the year for Diaz. 6 wins, 3 losses, 26 saves, a 185 earned run average. 3-time All-Star. Pauses at the belt, delivers. Abrams swings and misses. Strike one.
Yeah, he still has staggering numbers in terms of strikeouts to walks to innings pitched.
It's on the way. Popped up foul straight back, and he jumped down in front of Abrams. 0-2.
Yeah, how about 87 strikeouts and 58 in the third coming in? This place is ready to explode.
Mauricio stays in a little bit at third base. The delivery, slider, check swing and a miss. Strike 3. Diaz comes in, and in the span of only 7 pitches, gets out of the inning as the Nationals leave Young at third base. Bottom of the 10th coming up. It's a 3-3 game for the Nats and the Mets.
Your day.
And Paul DeYoung is now playing third base after Jacob Young pinch ran for Brady House last inning. The automatic runner at second is Starling Marte. And now the hitter is Luis Angel Acuna. Nats into the corners. Acuna squares the bunt, pops it up, and Adams diving for it. Couldn't make the catch. It dribbles in front of home plate. It's picked up by Lau. The runner at second stays put. And Minner at first and second with nobody out.
Where Miguel Cairo racing out of the dugout here. It was ruled fair. And Adams trying to catch it. And Miguel Cairo may be contending, did the runner interfere with Adams in his ability to get the ball? Let's see. We're watching a replay. There was no contact. I don't think the Nationals win on this. I'm not sure what Cairo's arguing.
I think you're right, though. That's what he's arguing, that there was interference there when Acuna popped up the bunt. Adams hopped out from behind the plate. Acuna had started to run to first. And Cairo's got to be arguing there was some interference there.
Unless he thinks because Adams' feet were in foul ground that it's a foul ball, but the ball wasn't.
Adams went kind of... He did make a little contact.
Yeah, he had to get his body around him, but that's a real reach. But then the fact that they couldn't pick the ball up, that's a disaster.
Riley went diving for it, and the ball went off his catcher's mitt. Lau came running in off the mound and picked the ball up, but by then did not have a chance at a play. So now Francisco Alvarez is the hitter.
And the runner, Marte, stayed at second because he thought the ball could be caught in the air. Couldn't afford to get doubled off.
The first and second
they score that a bunt hit, if you can believe it.
Lau sets. The right-hander, after a long hold, now pitches. Alvarez smacks a foul way off to the right for strike one.
On the bright side, it does set up the double play possibility.
It could work out okay for the Nationals. Jose A. Ferrer pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 runs on 4 hits. Walked 1, struck out 4. 3-3, bottom of the 10th. Lau kicks and brings it home. Foul tip off the mid of the catcher for strike 2. Good slider that time from our Nats on Deck guest, Sauron Lau.
Pretty big moment for him here.
He's not pitched very much at all in the major leagues. A rookie who's spent a sliver of time in the major leagues this year with the Mariners and the Nationals. Here it comes. Swinging a ground ball, hit on the bounce to third. DeYoung throws the second one. Nunez over the first. Double play. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3. So now there are 2 outs. Marte is at third base. And now Ronnie Mauricio will come up. He has not been playing much at all for the Mets. And now he comes to the plate for the first time today, trying to win the ball game. Tall, rangy switch hitter batting left-handed against Lau. Here's the stretch, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Good sinker that time from Lau for strike 1.
233 hitter. Does have 6 homers, 10 RBIs. Most of his playing time was early in the year.
He missed essentially all of last season with an injury. Lau fires. Swing and a miss. Not a good cut that time from Mauricio as Lau blew the sinking fastball by him, and it's 0-2 in a hurry.
Yeah, he got hurt in winter ball, tore ACL in his right knee, and thus missed all of last year.
Marte is getting a huge dancing lead off at third. Lau unloads at the plate, swinging a line drive toward left center. Wood is going back on it, and he will make the catch toward the gap, wrapping up the bottom of the 10th. Mauricio hit it fairly hard, but too close to the Nationals' left fielder. Play will continue tonight.
last night earned a hold with a scoreless 1-2-3 8th inning on 6 pitches, 5 strikes, facing Abrams, Bell, and Lyle. Tonight it'll be Bell, Lyle, and then Robert Hassel for the right-handed submariner. Here it comes, first pitch, and it's low ball, and actually not Bell, but Chaparro, who pinch hit for Bell back in the 8th inning and stayed in the game at first base. Chaparro struck out in that inning against Ryan Helsley. Pitch on the way, swing, and a ball bounced up and hit Chaparro in the box. 1 ball and 1 strike. 7-pitch, 1-2-3 inning for Diaz in the 10th with a strikeout. For Rogers, this is his major league leading 77th appearance. Next one away, swinging a ground ball to third. Abrams, the runner, crossing to third. Mauricio tags him out. Abrams runs right into the outs. You've got to have the awareness on a ground ball to third. You're the lead runner. You're still in scoring position at second. If you're going to go, you wait till Mauricio throws the ball to first. Mauricio fielded it, able to run and tag. Abrams trying to dive out of the way. And as the free runner, he is out, 5 unassisted.
He misread how deep Mauricio was. He was not nearly as deep at third as Abrams thought he was.
That is just a terrible play. Here is Robert Hassel III, standing in now with a runner at first, 1 out, and a much slower runner. Pitch on the way is inside and high, ball 1 to Hassel. Single last time up, 1 out of 4. Or I should say Dalen Lyle. Did I say Hassel? Dalen Lyle, 1 out of 4 with an RBI and a ground out of the first. Hassel out on deck. Lyle's key hitter now for the Nationals in the cleanup spot. And Rogers coming set. The pitch. That missed outside. 2 balls, no strikes. It was a ball. Fans, not sure what they're thinking. They thought it looked like a strike from anywhere in this park. Now the pitch. 2-0, swung on and line foul into the seats third base side. 2-1 on Lyle. I mean, Abrams was just running as if the ball wasn't even hit to third. That was just stunning. Next pitch. Swing. And a miss. Actually a foul ball deflected in front of the plate. 2-2.
Yeah, he must have thought Mauricio was deep enough at third that he could run with his speed in front of him, but he wasn't really that deep at third base.
Figured he'd just take the sure out with the throw. Now the set. And the pitch. Swing by Lyle and a drive to center field, sending Mullins back. Way back, may get over his head. It is. It's off the wall and bounces back towards center field. Rounding third, Chaparro, he'll score. Lyle heading for third. They're going to wave him home. Trying for an inside the park home run, and the throw is too high. Lyle dives across the plate with an inside the park 2-run homer in the top of the 11th inning. And he has given the Nationals the lead here at Citi Field. Unbelievable. It's now the Nationals 5 and the Mets 3 on an inside the park home run by Dalen Lyle with that tremendous speed. And with Mullins playing fairly shallow in left center, he couldn't get back to it, and it skipped off the bottom of the wall and bounced way away from him from left center to straightaway center. And Lyle circles the bases with a 2-run homer, his 7th home run of the year. Now Hassel bunts the first pitch right back to Rogers. He'll throw to first to Alonso. And that is the second out of the inning, trying to bunt for a hit. Well, we've talked about all the triples. And credit Ricky Gutierrez saying, you know what, we have the lead, I'm going for it, and waved him. And the relay throw was way high and over home plate. He can just absolutely fly. Lost his helmet before he hit second base. Took a look out of the outfield, picked up his coach. He really cuts the bases. And the pitch swung on and fouled back by Dylan Cruz, strike 1. And he had a sense that the throw was coming because he covered his head, hoping he wouldn't get hit in the head before he dove across home plate and then screamed out loud. Here's the pitch to Cruz. That's taking a called strike. It's 0-2. That's the most exciting play in baseball.
I think he had a very good view of the ball ricocheting past Mullins. So even before he got to second, I think he had an inclination they had a shot to circle the bases.
Now the pitch, swing by Cruz and a foul, backing out of play. It's been a while since the Nationals have hit an inside the park home run. But you knew somebody with the speed of Lyle would be the guy to do it. The pitch outside to Cruz, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, I'll tell you this, Josh, is somewhat unbelievable. Next pitch swung on and fouled back behind the plate. If my information is up to date here, the last inside the park home run for the Nationals was hit by Joey Meneses.
Of course it was.
Off Jesus Luzardo then with Miami, September 16th, 2022.
Similar speed.
Now the pitch, swinging a bouncing ball by Cruz right side, fielded cleanly by Acuna, throw to first to Alonso, and that will end the inning. But amazingly, the Nationals have regained the lead here in the top of the 11th inning. 2 runs on 1 hit and inside the takes over at second base and goes into the number 2 spot of the order, and Nasim Nunez moves to shortstop. Meanwhile, new pitcher on the mound for the Nationals is left-hander P.J. Pullen to try and hold on to this lead. Cedric Mullins leads it off for the Mets at a big sacrifice bunt in the 9th inning. First pitch from Pullen is too high, ball 1. A 5-3 lead for the Nationals. Saurin Lau, who worked the 10th inning, is the pitcher of record now in this one for the Nationals. And a wild ball game as it's turned out to be. Pullen with a runner at second delivers, and the pitch in for a strike. Free runner is Mauricio. Mullins outside of the sacrifice bunt, 0 for 3 in the game. P.J. Pullen making appearance number 25, 2-1 record, 2.91 ERA. The pitch swung on and popped up. This is playable. First baseman Chaparro coming down the line and in the dirt channel makes the catch in what is considered a foul ball for the out. So Mullins is out, 1 away, back to the top of the order, and now you have to navigate your way through Lindor and Soto. That's as tough as it gets. Lindor, last time up, was hit by a pitch in the toes. And now he uses his timeout. 1 for 4, an infield hit back in the third. Batting left-handed against Cave Cavalli. So 1 for 4 and hit by a pitch for the 16th time this year. Poulin coming set. Mauricio off second. Poulin checks him. Here's the pitch. And it's high for ball. So the Nationals defense still is a whole new setup from when the game started. Started the game with Bell at first, Nunez at second, Abrams at short, and House at third. Right now it's Chaparro at first, Garcia at second, Nunez at short, the only one still in the game, and DeYoung at third. The pitch swung on, line to left field. Wood moving back, has a play, well shy of the track, and he makes the catch. 2 men away. The Nationals are out away from a victory here at Citi Field in New York. The second time in 3 innings trying to close it out. And Poulin will have to get through Juan Soto. Out trying to bunt his way out of the first. Reached on catcher's interference in the third. Single to center in the fifth. Struck out in the eighth. Single to center in the ninth to tie the game and force extra innings. Poulin comes set. Check of the runner at second. And the left-hander delivers. Swing and a foul back behind the plate by Soto. Taking a mighty cut. Poulin last night, 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 2 runs and 2 hits working in the 4th inning. Now trying to earn a save. Here's the set. And the pitch. It is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. It'll be the first in the big leagues for the rookie P.J. Poulin. At the age of 28. Actually, 29. Now the pitch. And that one missed outside. 2 balls and a strike. Poulin turned 29 in late July. Now the left-hander sets. Mauricio off second. The 2-1 to Soto. Swung on, popped up third base side, foul, and going out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The sellout crowd doesn't appear anybody's left. 43,412 here for this one. Cubs have a 1-0 lead over the Reds. Bottom of the 3rd in Cincinnati. The Reds 2 back of the Mets. Here's the set. Poulin holds. He kicks. The pitch to Soto is outside. That's ball 3. 3-2 with a right-handed hitting Pete Alonso on deck. In the Nationals bullpen, left-hander Mitchell Parker. Starting pitcher all year, moved to the bullpen, announced yesterday. He's throwing in the Nets bullpen. Poulin comes set on 3-2. Mauricio leading off second. Here's the set. Here's the kick and the pitch. Swung on and popped up. It's playable behind the plate, maybe. Nope. Adams coming back. It will be in the seats out of play. So they'll do it again with 2 out here in the bottom of the 11th inning. The Nationals leading the Mets 5-3. We had some long innings these past 4 innings of the game for sure. The Mets rallying with 2 in the 8th, 1 in the 9th. That's 2 in the 11th. Here's the set. Now the pitch. And it's in there. Strike 3 cold. Knee-high outside corner. And Soto upset. A Curly W's in the books. First major league save for left-hander P.J. Poulin, who comes in and gets 3 outs in a row, including retiring Lindor and Soto to end the ball game. And after the Mets rallied from a 3-0 deficit with 2 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th, it is Dalen Lyles inside the park home run in the top half of the 11th inning that puts the Nationals in front to stay. The 9th inside the park home run in Nationals history, and the first one ever in extra innings. And the Nationals on the field to celebrate a victory here at Citi Field in New York, where they had lost the last 11 times playing here and 14 of the last 15. But they win the darn game with the inside the park home run for Lyle in the top of the 11th inning. A Curly W's in the books. In 11 innings, the final score, the Washington Nationals 5, the New York Mets 3.
Well,
how about that?
After they lost the lead and this game went extra innings, especially after the Nationals didn't score in the top of the 10th, you didn't think there was any chance in the world that they could pull out this victory. What an improbable win for the Nats, and what a job, along with Dalen Lyles inside the park homer, what a job of the last two relievers, Sauron Lau and P.J. Poulin. And, hey, Juan Soto wasn't happy with that last strike call from Jeremy Rehak. That pitch